The following is a presentation of Yankton Bucks football on KYNT and KYN-TV. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Hy-Vee, The Boathouse, Kaiser Heating and Cooling, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Masaba, First Dakota National Bank, the Yankton Medical Clinic, North Rock Partners, Avera, Farmers Union Insurance, Mount Marty University, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, H&H Roofing, First Chiropractic Centers, Missouri River Associates, Mason Schramm and the Move Group, MT&RC Smith Insurance, Vision Care Associates, and H&R Block. Now we go live to the field for Yankton Bucks football on KYNT and KYN-TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Aberdeen, South Dakota. It's the first football game of the season for your Yankton Bucks, and we have it live for you here on KYNT and KYN-TV. We got some changes this year on the broadcast. We'll have a new segment in the pregame you'll hear a little later on, and for 3 of our 4 home games, we'll have a guest with us in the booth as well, as former head coach Arlen Lickness will be joining us, but making the trip up to Aberdeen, as always, my right-hand man, even though he's sitting on my left, Josh Boelter. Josh, it's so great to be back in the booth for Yankton Bucks football.
Yeah, nothing better than Friday Night Lights. Looking forward to this season and what everything's going to bring. Obviously, you know, we'll find out a lot about this team in the coming weeks, but the journey always starts somewhere, and tonight it happens to be, or at least in this season, happens to be in Aberdeen. I
know you can't start thinking about the end of the year just yet, but before we finish that statement, the broadcast booth tonight is brought to you by the Fairfield Inn and Suites and Holiday Inn Express in Yankton. Great rates, flexible reservation changes by calling either hotel direct. This is your Hy-Vee pregame show, Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. But I know day one, you can't think about where it's going to end, Josh, but where it has ended in recent years, 2 of the last 4 years, I believe, 2 of the last 3 years, it's ended in the Dakota Dome with a loss to the Peer Governors. So I know Yankton wants to get back to the Dakota Dome, get over that hump, get their first state championship in over a decade now. But that journey, like you said, starts with a single step today.
Yeah, you know, it's something like you said, you have to take it week by week. It's one of those things where if you think too much about the end goal, sometimes it can trip you up in the short term. So obviously this team knows where they're at in the polls, 2 or 3, depending on which poll you look at. They're expected to be one of the top teams in the class, and they want to get back to the Dome once again. But, you know, once again, that starts here tonight, and you just got to take it a game at a time, a play at a time, and just control what you can control right in front of you throughout the season.
Going to get things rolling right away here with your matchup breakdown, courtesy of Floor Tech. Whether your home or floor is wet, call Floor Tech. Yankton 9-3 last season. They were undefeated at home, 3-3 when playing away from home. Finished second in the first in the final regular season standings, but second overall with their runner-up finish in the state championship. As for Aberdeen Central, 2-7 last year, 2-2 when defending their home turf, but 0-5 on the road. They finished 9th in the regular season, missing the postseason. And this is an Aberdeen Central team that we've talked about the last few years. They start out a little slow the last couple years, and they rally late. That late rally just unfortunately never came for Aberdeen Central last season, but a lot of close games when you go back and look at their schedule. The ball bounces a couple ways, different ways. We could be talking about a playoff team.
Absolutely, and Aberdeen's always interesting. They're a team that over the years has given Yankton some trouble, whether they've outright won it or, you know, close games. We came up here a few years ago in 23, Yankton, one of the best teams in the state, and Aberdeen towards the lower end in the standings, and it was a fight all the way through, you know, some interesting weather, and we're able to give Yankton a handful. Of course, played in the playoffs in 24 as well at Crane, and you know, it's something that this Aberdeen team knows how to fight, and doesn't matter what the record is, they're gonna give Yankton a time one way or another.
Should be a great matchup today to kick off the 2026 Class 11AA football season. We're excited for it here in Aberdeen. We're going to go to our first break. When we come back, we're going to have your Friday Night Rewind. Josh and I here are going to talk about the last recent matchups and how both these teams ended last season. That's coming up in 3 minutes. We'll be back live here on KYNT and KYN-TV.
Looking for the perfect pair of glasses? At Vision Care Associates, we've got you covered. Step into our showroom and discover our vast selection from timeless classics to the latest trends. With several styles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect match for your look. Experience personalized service and expert care. Whether you need help finding the right frame, or adjusting your new glasses for the perfect fit.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
If you're looking for value, there's no better place than Hy-Vee. Along with low prices, you'll find better quality meat, the freshest produce, specialty items, and natural and organic products. Because you shouldn't have to choose between quality and a good price. That's why Hy-Vee has thousands of low prices across the store, as low or lower than the discount stores. Come see for yourself and look for the price compare signs in store. Hy-Vee, saving looks better here.
In the heart of South Dakota, there's a name families trust, John Kopp of Kopp Building Innovations in Utica. Whether you're building your dream home, adding a new shop, or tackling that long overdue remodel, the Kopp crew delivers quality craftsmanship with a local touch. KBI is an authorized WIC builder, a Midwest company that understands your building needs. Built right, built local, built to last. For more information or to get a quote, visit koppbuildings.com.
At the Bar is Yankton's place to watch the game, any day. With TVs throughout, cold beverages to beat the heat, and a friendly atmosphere that feels like home. Whether you're meeting friends, catching up after work, or cheering on your team, you'll find good company and a seat waiting for you at the Bar. Open every day, you'll always find a familiar face, and there's always something worth watching. You can watch the game anywhere, but the real fans gather at the Bar in downtown Yankton.
Life happens when the kids start driving. Suddenly, every errand feels like a high-stakes mission. Hi, I'm Whitney Devine with Midwest Insurance. With auto coverage from Midwest Insurance Agency in Yankton, you get peace of mind knowing your teen is protected every mile along the way. Travis and I help you choose the coverage that fits your family's needs and budget. Call us for an appointment because when life happens, we've got you covered. Midwest Insurance Agency, Yankton.
I love 1919 root beer, especially with the big scoop of vanilla ice cream. I like the new pony cans. They're just the right size. Wait, they have zero sugar now too? Yep, zero sugar 1919.
1919 root beer is still the creamiest, full-bodied draft root beer around. Brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients. And now you can enjoy classic 1919 or zero sugar in 16-ounce cans or smaller 7.5-ounce pony cans. Alcohol-free, caffeine-free, and a taste tradition since, well, 1919.
Welcome back here on KYNC and KYN-TV. It's time for your Friday Night Rewind from Larry's Heating and Cooling, or Larry's Plumbing Heating and Cooling, excuse me. Larry's Heating and Cooling now has plumbing. They're in Yankton and Vermilion. Your Friday Night Rewind is kind of a look back at last season for the Yankton Bucks here. Tate Bestie, obviously the starting quarterback last year, he graduated. He threw for 2,277 yards and 22 touchdowns. Jay Sedlacek was the leading running back. He had over 1,000 yards rushing on his season. Owen Eisnes had just under 1,000 yards receiving and 14 touchdowns. And the reason I talk about all them, Josh, is you now have to replace all of that production. All of those guys went on to graduate, as well as wide receiver 2, 3, and I believe wide receiver 4 in the stat sheet as well, all graduating for Yankton. So it's a lot of production on the offensive end they have to replace. Bright side on that defensive end, though, your leading tackler from last season, Madden McQuaid, he's back as your inside linebacker spot.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting, Brayden. Like you said, on that defensive side, a lot of guys that you saw play last year are going to get snaps this year. You look at it, like you said, Madden McQuaid, Carson Krall got some snaps, Miles Drotzman, Tegan LaCroix, a couple of those defensive tackles as well with Conway and Boelter got some snaps. So, they're going to be coming back and playing. But on that offensive side, it's a little more interesting, specifically at the skill position spots. Like you said, Jack Cooter is going to have to step up and be the signal caller this year. You're going to see some running backs by committee. Carson Krall maybe being the lead guy there, but a couple other guys getting some snaps there. You talk about replacing Eisnes at receiver. Who will step up there? Drotzman. Will it be Jackson Reichen? Could it be Ivan Hirschman? We'll see. It could be a bunch of different guys. One thing I know we'll see is kind of in a hybrid role. You might see him taking some snaps, a quarterback, running the football, catching the ball. Tegan LaCroix is going to play a big role in this offense. It's something you just kind of got to keep an eye on here these first couple weeks, figure out what Yankton's going to be doing offensively, who's going to be doing what, defining roles, and figure out how they want to do this and have this offense be, especially with a point that we haven't really brought up yet, and we'll talk about really throughout the season, a new offensive coordinator this year. TJ Beacom, he was quarterback coach the last couple of years, so he's going to be taking over the play calling duties at OC, and excited to see what that offense looks like under him and how things work there. So a whole lot of new for Yankton, but that's something they're used to, Brayden. We've talked about that over the years. It's kind of interesting where it's a lot of veteran teams that haven't seen a lot of snaps. That's just how good the depth is on these Yankton teams. So I'm excited to see what some of these new guys do in the lineup, as well as, once again, with a new play caller this year, how things look here tonight.
And you want to add to the newness of this Yankton Bucks team. Talking with coaches, they are very high on the freshman class that's coming up to this year, to the point where you're going to see at least one freshman start. I got to look at the starting lineup again, but you're going to see at least one freshman start on defense. You're going to see potentially multiple freshmen get playing time this year for the Yankton Bucks. They're very high on this freshman class. They're building for the now and the future all at once for the Yankton Bucks. But looking back to last season, to kind of cap off your Friday night rewind, Yankton obviously a loss in the state championship to Pierre, 56-35. Aberdeen Central, their regular season finale was a 33-27 loss last year to Watertown. In recent matchups between these two teams, Yankton is 2-2 against Aberdeen with 2 straight wins, winning 28-6 in the playoffs in 2024 and then 31-21 right here in 2023. The Golden Eagles did win the 2 previous matchups, though, 29-7 in 2022 and 40-28 back in 2021. So these two teams have split wins the last 4 years, albeit a pair of 2-game win streaks over their last 4 meetings. But we'll see what today has in store.
Yeah, and I'll remember that one in 21. That was actually the first game I did here for the station, and that was the Sam Rolfs game, where he had not 1 but 3 snaps go 20 yards over his head, and they all ended up in positive gains and or touchdowns. It was a crazy game. But yeah, this has always been a fun matchup with these two. No matter who wins, it always seems like it's competitive and a good game. So looking forward to another good one tonight.
That was the spawn of the sentiment around the office, or at least around the sports group. Weird things happen in Aberdeen, and it stayed that way. I remember 2023, it was raining sideways, and I believe it was Josue Trujillo had to hit about a 30-plus yard field goal in that rain to put Yankton on top at one point. They go on to it for a 10-point win.
And it even translates over sometimes. I remember the year before that, I wasn't able to make the game, but Yankton was heavily favored against an Aberdeen team, and they walked into Crane and beat them. So it's a fun rivalry. It's a competitive game. It feels like every time, and you don't know who's going to win. It really is a fun matchup, and excited we're back here tonight to start the season.
We're going to go back to break here on your Hy-Vee pregame show. When we come back, it's time for your Buck in the Headlight interviews, and it's interviews plural this week. We're talking to starting quarterback Jackson Kudera and starting left tackle, all-state left tackle, Austin Conway. So those are your 2 Buck in the Headlight interviews coming up at the other end of this break. We'll also have your rival report. We'll hear from head coach Arlen Lickness in our Coach's Keys segment, and we'll also hear from head coach Brady Muth of the Yankton Bucks. So there's plenty to come here on your post-game report, courtesy of Hy-Vee. We're back in a couple minutes with your Buck in the Headlight interviews, and then we'll keep things rolling.
The Boathouse is for everyone. They have axe throwing, sports simulators, skee ball, shuffleboard, and darts, plus awesome drinks with lots of cold craft beers, seltzers, wines, and great non-alcoholic options. Try their burgers, pizza, wings, fish, chicken strips, and more. Check out trivia on Tuesdays, free axe throwing tournaments on Wednesdays, and live music on Fridays. Head to the Boathouse in downtown Yankton. Life is better at the Boathouse.
Being wiser means making smart choices, especially when it comes to your home's comfort. Today's heating and cooling systems are advanced with technology designed to work smarter. Being wiser means choosing a company that understands today's technology and has the experience to back it up. For nearly 80 years, Kaiser Heating and Cooling has stayed ahead of the curve with the latest HVAC systems and tools while delivering the trusted service generations have relied on. So be the wiser and go with Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton.
Summer's coming to an end. Time to start looking for a warm trip this winter. Things I need to keep in mind before I book. I need to check the reviews. I need to look at their cancellation policies. Does it make any sense to purchase travel insurance for this trip? I also need to keep my receipts and communication with my travel confirmations. And lastly, I need to make sure that I'm on a true travel website before I book. If you have any questions, contact the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Where will your next adventure take you? Whether you're upgrading your daily drive or gearing up for weekend escapes, Explorers Credit Union can help you get there for less. Receive a 1.5% discount off your qualifying rate for 2021 or newer auto or pickup loans, with rates as low as 2.49% APR. Enjoy flexible terms, local lending decisions, and service you can count on every mile of the journey. The trail starts here. Visit explorerscu.com and get pre-approved before September 30th, 2026. There's a difference when a convenience store is locally owned, and you feel it the moment you stop at Triple Time Rudy's. You'll get great quality fuel to keep you on the move, plus local and regional favorites like Dimmick Cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner Lockers. It's the kind of place that's convenient and connected to your community. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway, Triple Time Rudy's, fueling your day, fueling your community.
At Masaba, we believe in giving back to the communities that have helped us grow. That's why we're proud to support local schools, youth programs, community events, and organizations throughout the region. We don't just work here, we live here, raise our families here, and invest here. Be part of something bigger, built on community, powered by people. Apply today at masabainc.com/careers.
Masaba Manufacturing, unlock your future and rock with us.
Welcome back here on your Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. It's time for your Buck in the Headlight interview, and it will be interviews today for your opening game of 2026 for Yankton Bucks football. We're talking about Aberdeen Central today, and we're talking to two members of the offense, Austin Conway, the All-State left tackle, and the new man at the quarterback position, Jackson Kudera. We're going to start on the O-line talking to Austin Conway about his expectations for today and the season, as well as at the next level as he is committed to Augustana University.
Brayden Butler here on KYNT and KYN-TV. It's time for one of two Buck in the Headlight interviews today for week number one, starting with All-State left tackle Austin Conway and a future member of the Augustana football program. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But Austin, how are you feeling heading into week one of your senior season?
Man, I'm excited. It's been a long wait since our last loss in the Dome, and I'm excited to get back out there with my brothers.
You know, the offensive line group is kind of the group that's stayed the most cohesive going into this season, only returning 3 starters from last year, all on that offensive line. So what have practices been like getting the newer guys ready, but also working with guys you've been around for a while?
It's definitely been an adjustment, but it's been great. Jake really stepped up at the end of last year and has really just like critiqued a lot of his little things that are going on, and Ben's Ben. You know you're going to get out of him. He's a great player, so it's just nice to have those 3, and the new guys are working in between us, so it's been pretty good.
Got to ask you about Augustana. Obviously, you're committed up there already to play D2 ball in Sioux Falls. So what was that recruitment process like, and what really sold you on becoming or going to Augustana?
What sold me was most likely just coaching, Coach O, Coach Skolin, and now Coach McFadden. I mean, those guys have really done a lot for me, and they really have just like built their relationship. And I know I love the guys. They're awesome, so it's a great thing.
And one final question here for you. You open your season on the road at Aberdeen Central. What are your expectations for your guys, and what do you need to execute to come out with a win in week one?
I just want to dominate. I mean, obviously we're going to have our flaws. Things aren't going to go right 24/7, but if our guys are going 100% all the time, I think we're going to be in a good spot, and I'm excited to go out there and show what we can do, because I think we're being overlooked a little bit. So,
well, thanks for talking, Austin. Good luck on Friday, and good luck on your senior season as well.
Thank you.
That was Austin Conway here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Now we go to the man under center, in most cases for the Bucks, in the shotgun, and that's Jackson Kudera. The junior has really starred in multiple sports throughout his sophomore year. Now coming into his junior year, takes the reins of the Bucks football offense.
Brayden Butler here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Your second Buck in the Headlight interview of this Hy-Vee pregame show. We're talking to the new starting quarterback, a junior in Jackson Kudera. And Jackson, I know you're stepping into a brighter light as the starting quarterback for Bucks football, but looking back at your sophomore year, the role you stepped into for basketball, and you're part of a state tournament run in baseball, it's kind of been that spotlight on you for a while now. So what's it like being a multi-sport athlete at Yankton, and how's that going to help you get ready for the football season?
No, it's good just to get in the swing of things with both basketball and baseball. Just an honor to be a Buck, and I'm excited, ready to play some football.
Obviously, in camp, you're battling out for the starting job. I know Tegan LaCroix is going to be a heavy factor in the offense still, but you are the starting quarterback this year. So what's that mean to you to, maybe wear that heavy crown a little bit? It's a long line of great quarterbacks at Yankton.
It's an honor. Really excited to play. Look up to those guys that have played before me, especially Tate and Lucas and Rugby and Nelly. So just trying to be like them.
And as a fresh face at quarterback for people who haven't seen you play before, what do you consider some of your strengths at the quarterback position?
Probably throwing the ball deep and just taking whatever the defense gives me.
Coming up, first week of the season, you're on the road against Aberdeen Central. It's a pretty long road trip for you guys, but you'll have to be road warriors this year, obviously, with a couple West River trips. So what are you expecting week one on Friday?
You know, it's obviously not going to be easy, especially with the long bus trip, but hopefully we can prepare ourselves for that and just go out there, have fun, and get a W.
And then what are your goals for the season as a whole, individually and as a team?
Individually, just to go out there and help the team as much as possible and just try and do my best. And then as a team, obviously get back to the playoffs and hopefully get to the state tournament or state championship and win state championship this year.
Well, Jackson, appreciate you taking time to talk today. Good luck on Friday and throughout the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Big thank you once again to Austin Conway and Jackson Kudera for talking today for your Buck in the Headlight interviews. This is the Hy-Vee pregame show, and we're coming back in a couple minutes to keep talking about Aberdeen Central.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Life doesn't slow down for injuries, and neither should your care. With Yankton Medical Clinic Orthopedic Walk-In Care, you can be seen quickly, Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. No referrals, no long waits, just experienced, highly trained surgeons ready to help you heal and get back to what you love. And because we live right here in Yankton, your care stays close to home. I'm Dr. Jeremy Kudera, orthopedic surgeon with Yankton Medical Clinic. I'm proud to call Yankton home. We're your orthopedic team, and we're here for you.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Sunglasses are an important necessity to protect your eyes, reduce strain, and minimize the glare of the sun's bright light. They also prevent the risk of eye diseases. At Vision Care, we help you find the right lens type and a stylish sunglass frame that fits your face so that they're comfortable.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Whether you're getting close to retirement or already there, the goal isn't just a plan. It's helping you feel more informed and organized across your financial life. I'm Adam Boelter with North Rock. At North Rock, we take a personal office approach, helping coordinate investment strategy, tax planning, insurance, and estate consideration. It's not just about managing money. It's about helping you make decisions across everything that matters. If you're looking for a more connected, relationship-driven approach to your finances, let's start a conversation. Search Adam Boelter with North Rock or visit northrockvantage.com.
North Rock Partners LLC is an investment advisor registered with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Registration does not imply a certain level of skill or training.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
In nearly every family's lineage, there's a tie to agriculture. It's a legacy reflected in how we raise our kids, help our neighbors, and respect what we have. Farmers Union Insurance was built on that legacy. And while our roots are in agriculture, our protection has grown to include home, auto, business, health, and life. Protect your legacy. Farmers Union Insurance.
Welcome back here on KYNC and KYN TV. It's your Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee, there's a helpful smile in every aisle. It is time for your rival report as we're talking about the Yankton Bucks' opponent tonight in their season opener, the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. Coming off of a 2025 season that they definitely want to improve on. Finished with just 2 wins, defeated Sturgis, which was a big win. Sturgis was really good last year and expected to be good again this year, and then a dominant win over Mitchell as well, winning by multiple touchdowns. But a 2-win season, 2-7 final record for Aberdeen Central. They've missed out on the postseason. Not something you tend to see from Aberdeen. Usually they're, we've talked in recent years, they're a team that might start slow, but they always seem to build those wins at the end of the season. That late season building just never really came for the Golden Eagles last year. Game by game, though, the score lines indicate a team that was close, just not able to get over the hump in a lot of these games. We'll go game by game for the Golden Eagles. They lost to Pierre, who were the state champions last year, 9-6. Now, I know the Governors made changes at some key spots on the field that really propelled them down the stretch, but 9-6 week one, a 3-point loss to the team that would go on to win it all. They followed it up with a 25-7 loss to T Area in game 2, a 14-10 loss to Brookings in game 3, 21-6 loss to Spearfish in game 4, and an 0-4 Aberdeen Central team went out and defeated Sturgis Brown 21-13. That was right after Sturgis got a win over Yankton as well. So Sturgis was flying high, and Aberdeen cut them down to size. Another win there, 28-13 the following week over Mitchell, and then it was 3 straight losses to end the season. Huron dominated in their matchup, 39-0 shutout win for the Tigers. That was a Huron team that surprised some people last year, and they're highly rated again this year. Aberdeen would then go on the road for their AAA game last season, a 58-14 loss to Sioux Falls Lincoln, and then the Golden Eagles rounded out the campaign with a 33-27 loss to Watertown. A lot of close games, a lot of games where if things bounced a different way, we could be talking about Aberdeen Central as a playoff team, and I know that is their goals for this season. We'll see what happens in game number 1 here in 2026. The Bucks on the road, Aberdeen Central looking to start with a bang. We're going to have that coverage for you here on KYNT and KYN-TV. This is the Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee with his helpful smile in every aisle. This has been your Rival Report. We're back in a couple minutes to keep things rolling. Have a craving for wings or delicious burgers or Pivo fries? Come sink your teeth into the mouth-watering burgers and wings at Checkers Sports Bar and Grill in Yankton. With a menu that's flavor frenzy, there's something for every fan. Grab your friends, bring your family, and head down to Checkers. Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is Yankton's favorite spot for food, friends, and sports. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Your game days belong at Checkers.
Need custom clothing for your team, fundraiser, business, or event? Let JJ Benji's make it easy. Forget about taking orders, collecting money, and handing out shirts yourself. JJ Benji's handles everything for you. They create a custom online store with the merchandise you want to offer. Items are ordered and paid for online, and JJ Benji's ships the items directly to them. All you have to do is share the link or QR code. That's it. Contact JJ Benji's in Yankton to learn more about it.
At Mount Marty University, students get real support and real opportunities.
Hi, I'm Maya, and I'm a business major at Mount Marty University. The professors here at Mount Marty are just amazing. They're very good about supporting me through future internships and jobs that they try and line me up with, and they also provide real life experiences in the classroom through projects and speakers and things like that.
Start your journey online at mountmarty.edu.
If you see a mouse or rodent outside your home, you should be wondering, where is it headed next? Because as temperatures start to cool, rodents are looking for food, shelter, and a warm place to spend the coming months. Don't wait until you hear scratching in the walls or find evidence they've already moved in. Call Olson's Pest Technicians today for professional rodent control and pest prevention. Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Visit 800KILbugs.com.
If you've been suffering from chronic pain or a recent injury, check us out, Lane, Reed, and Cole Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of treatments and techniques, including dry needling, cupping, chiropractic adjustments, and sports rehabilitation.
Our mission is to ensure an individualized and efficient treatment plan to get you back on your feet. From ankle sprains and sports injuries to neck pain and headaches, we've got your back.
Give us a call or book an appointment on our website. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy.
Located on Summit Street across from the high school.
At H&H Roofing, we don't just fix roofs, we protect families. We're family-owned, locally operated, and dedicated to keeping our community safe and dry. Every nail, every shingle, every handshake, it all matters to us. From repairs to full roof replacements, we treat every home like it's our own. Because when your home is secure, we feel secure. For honest work and dependable results, trust the local team that cares. Call H&H Roofing in Yankton today. We've got you covered.
Brayden Butler here on KYNT. Welcome back in the Hy-Vee pregame show. It's time for Coach's Keys. It's courtesy of Vision Real Estate, and we have former Yankton Bucks head coach and one of the best to ever be a head coach in South Dakota high school football. Arlen Lickness in the booth with us today, as he will be all season, whether live or pre-recorded. We're going to have him with us this year for 2026 Bucks football.
Coach, on the road at Aberdeen to start the season, there's going to be a new quarterback taking over. It's been a long line of all-state quarterbacks for the Yankton Bucks in the last couple years. Jackson Kudera has been named the starter as a junior. Going into a new season with a new quarterback, what was your mentality and direction to him as his first start?
Well, a lot of it is who you have, and Jackson Kudera is a very smart, athletic kid, has a lot of confidence, I think, and will go out and do a lot of good things. So depends on how much Brady wants to open up, but I think they will open up with it. I've got the 3 key linemen, center, and 2 tackles coming back, and got protection, and got some very good core of receivers. So I think that'll be a big asset going up on the road. Make sure you come out ready and focused. That's going to be the key after a long ride, and not being over nervous, but being focused as kids. But I think being able to move the football will be a big key, because Aberdeen, I think, believes their defense is their strong suit to start out with. I've talked with a few guys up in Aberdeen this last week, and I believe that they think their defense is their strong thing, but they're kind of hoping to get through the first 3 games and then keep growing. So I'm hoping that's a key for us to step on the gas and start focusing right off the bat and get going. But a big key is no turnovers and giving up field position. So we've got some good kickers. Hopefully that's our advantage. The other one is onside kicks, being ready for that. So we can't afford turnovers. And then for me as a coach would be containment, not letting them get their speed to the edges and making sure that we can contain them within the realms of we used to our tight ends or our defensive ends. And if they're playing a 3 front outside linebackers, whoever's rotated up, make sure you contain and not give that up. And if you can do that, I think good things are going to happen for the Bucks from the word go. How many points you put on the board depends on how well Aberdeen's defense is versus Yankton's offense. But I think there's going to be a few mistakes. But great field position is a big key early in the season, because if you can get a short field, you don't have to execute quite so well as an 80-yard drive or longer. So if you can get that, I think that's a big key for it. And then defensively, our hub is strong. Our 2 linebackers are back, our safety, our cornerback. And so being able to communicate up front and not let Aberdeen power the football and keep it away from you. Because Aberdeen might just try to be physical and slowly and methodically take the ball down the field and run the clock out, and that doesn't give you much time. And not panic. If they do go down and score, know that you got plenty of time, and that we have an offense at Yankton that I think can score quick and often, or can slow it down and score as they need to. And I think keeping that focus on the kids will really help them out.
One player I want to ask you about, I know head coach Brady Muth earlier this week at Quarterback Club mentioned him as a versatile, almost chess piece on offense and defense. And we're pre-recording this, so I don't know if we've talked about it already on the live broadcast or not, but he's going to be our key player of the game, and that's Tegan LaCroix. What are your opinions on him, and speak to his versatility?
Keeping him healthy is a big key, but he is definitely, he was all-state defensively last year. Being able to come in on the offense, he's got great hands. He can throw the football, versatility. He can be in the backfield. He can be out in the wide out. He can play all those spots. Using him, but not overusing him. But then defensively, look for him to make plays. We want to force Aberdeen to have to throw the ball. And then the kids you got back, you got Drotzman, you've got LaCroix back, guys that definitely what I call their ball rats. They're going to go find the football when it's in the air and take it away. And if we can get some takeaways that way, that's a big change for momentum. But I think LaCroix is a big key on both sides of the ball, especially early in the season. And I look forward to it. I think he's in a comfortable spot. He knows what he got done last year, and I think he wants to be a college football player. And I believe that as a result of that, he's going to come focused and have everybody else ready to go.
Coach, thanks for taking time to talk to us today. You'll be live in the booth with us next week at home against Pierre. That's going to be a great matchup, and I'm excited to get you back with a headset on up in the booth, but a different kind of scenario than you're used to.
That sounds good. Thank you much.
That's former head coach Arlen Lickness here for Coach's Keys, courtesy of Vision Real Estate. We're counting down the minutes to kick off here on KYNT. Yankton on the road at Aberdeen.
Did you know Sureco offers more than just egg tarps? Sherco now extends our leading tarp systems, industry know-how, and top-level service to construction, flatbed, and waste applications. Sherco offers manual and electric tarp systems for not only grain trailers and carts, but also side dumps, end dumps, belly dumps, roll-offs, flatbeds, and more. To learn more, contact your authorized Sherco distributor or find us at Sherco.com. Demand the best. Demand Sherco.
Feeling drained isn't always about sleep or motivation. This is Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. When your body is stiff, tense, or moving poorly, everyday tasks can take more effort than they should. When spinal joints aren't moving well, other areas often compensate. Regular chiropractic care helps improve mobility and reduce tension patterns that keep your body on high alert. Start feeling better with a call to First Chiropractic Centers with offices in Yankton, Hardington, Tyndall, and Wagner, inspiring and empowering others to healthier living.
The Yankton School District Alumni Association is bringing alumni together from right here at home to across the country and around the world. Their mission? To build a strong community of alumni and friends who give back, supporting scholarships and creating opportunities for future Yankton students. Stay connected, celebrate your roots, and help shape the next generation. Because together, we can make a lasting impact on Yankton schools and students. For alumni registration or to make a donation, visit our page on the YSD website.
Change can be exciting, especially when the people you trust are still taking care of you. Larry's Heating and Cooling is now Larry's Plumbing Heating and Cooling, but you'll still see the same familiar faces, receive the same dependable service, and count on the same experienced team that's been serving families in the Yankton area for years. And the good news? Well, we've added plumbing. Our skilled plumbers are ready to help with scheduled appointment times, not just a time window. Larry's Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Yankton, Vermilion, and the surrounding area.
It's fourth down, and District 18 needs a leader who knows how to move the ball forward.
I'm John Marquardt. I'm currently the chair of the Yankton County Commission. I'm a conservative and experienced ag businessman and ready to take the field for District 18 in the South Dakota House of Representatives. When the game is on the line, you want someone who can deliver touchdowns for District 18. Just give me the ball.
Vote John Marquardt for District 18 State Representative. Paid for by Friends of John Marquardt.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, they believe you should understand your dental health, not just receive it. They'll show you your x-rays and photos, explain the why behind any treatment, and make sure you feel confident about your care. And if you have dental insurance, it's a good time to use it. New patient exams and x-rays are often covered at 100%. Learn more at elwoodfamilydentalcare.com, where they take care of the entire family.
Welcome back here on your Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee, there's a helpful smile in every aisle. It's time for your pregame coach interview, courtesy of 1919 Root Beer, the creamiest full-body draft root beer available, and it's now available in zero sugar. You can find it at convenience stores, grocery stores, or on tap at local restaurants. Head coach Brayden Muth, first time we got a chance to talk to him ahead of a Bucs football game this season. He has high expectations for his team, but a lot of turnover on both sides of the ball. We'll go to that interview now.
Brayden Butler here for KYNT and KYN-TV. It's your pregame coach interview from 1919 Root Beer. We got head coach Brady Muth of the Yankton Bucs here talking about a week one matchup on the road in Aberdeen. We were joking before we turned the mic on here that the schedule not too kind with you guys in terms of travel, but your first long road trip of the season, your first of three. What are you expecting going up to Aberdeen?
Well, I know Aberdeen is going to be a big, physical, tough football team. They always play really, really good defense, and they run the ball well. And Coach Breezy does a really good job with those guys, and they play really hard for Aberdeen. And they're a bigger school, so they've got a lot of people to choose from. And so we know we've got a tough task in front of us. It's one of those situations where your first game, you don't really know what you're going to get. And so, but it's important to have a quality opponent, right out of the gate. And I think Aberdeen is one of those. I know last year was not the year that they wanted to have, but they have improved, and they do have some really, really dangerous players on their roster. It's going to be a lot of work, though, for us to make sure that we're ready for that, because no matter what their scheme is, and we've got to be ready for whatever, I know it's going to be a physical football game.
We talked last week on the coaches show about, you had a 3-horse race in the preseason for your quarterback spot. Jackson Cooterer wins that race. What are you expecting from the junior taking his first snaps at the varsity level?
I don't know. My expectations for Jack aren't higher than Jack's expectations. I know that much. I totally expect Jack to come out and execute at a high level. And I mean, I've seen so much of Jack from when he was a youth, in our youth program all the way up, and watching him really, grow as a quarterback last year was really, really important for us, and he got a chance to do that and really develop a little bit and learn. But watching him in the offseason command the court with our basketball team, he's changed so much, and I'm just really excited to see. I mean, he's got a great prototypical quarterback body. He's big and he's strong, long levers, he can run, and he's a smart kid. He's worked really hard at becoming a very good passer, and I mean, just paying attention to his technique and his spin rate and how the ball comes out of his hand and all of that stuff. He's really become, I don't want to say professional because he's a high school kid, but his approach is very professional in as far as what he wants to do. And so when you ask me about expectations, I don't really get too caught up into that, because I know Jack has been ready for this moment for a while now, and he's been working towards it, and this is the thing that he wants, and it's right in his grasp now, and I'm just excited to see him put the keys in the ignition and crank on it.
We have a bit of a running joke in the office that weird things happen in Aberdeen when you go on the road to play football up there. I believe last time we were up there, it was raining sideways, and you guys pulled out a win in that game. So what do you guys have to execute on Friday to take it to Aberdeen?
We have to be more physical. There's going to be mistakes that are going to be made, and that game was highlighted by a lot of mistakes. And that we have to play clean football, penalty, turnovers, all of those things, and then we have to be more physical. The road trip to Aberdeen, we've talked about that. I don't think, whether it be in high school or in college, I've had a good football experience in Aberdeen. It's just a tough place to play, and again, a lot of that has to do with the program and the way those guys play football up there. And so we've got to be ready for that. We can't be caught off guard by a bus trip. Some of these guys, this is going to be their first time on a bus, and they're not going to know how to handle that. And so we've got to make sure that we do a good job of getting off the bus, and then when we do get off the bus, making sure that we're physical and ready to go.
Coach, thanks for taking time to talk today. Good luck on Friday against Aberdeen.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks a lot.
Big thank you to head coach Brady Muth for talking to us today for your pregame coach interview from 1919 Root Beer, now available in Zero Sugar. We're back in a couple minutes to keep things rolling here on the Hy-Vee pregame show. Kickoff from Aberdeen coming up shortly.
Does your insurance agent know you by name? Do you see them at the school pickup or around town? Home and auto insurance is more than just premiums and deductibles. It's about having someone who truly understands you and your family. We take the time to get to know your life, your needs, and what matters most, so you have the right coverage when it counts. Call me, Skylar Sherman with Missouri River Associates in Yankton today for insurance you can trust from someone who's truly local.
The housing market is constantly changing. I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and with 20 years of experience, I'll help you navigate the ever-changing real estate environment. Whether you're thinking about buying or selling, my experience and attention to detail will guide you through the process. Let's find you the right home at the right time. Call me and we'll talk about your home needs. Deb Speck, Vision Real Estate, 605-664-5555.
Here's one bright idea for when the power goes out. One Office Solution now has generators. One Office offers dependable Mighty M generators to keep your home, office, farm, or plant powered when you need it most. Choose from residential, commercial, and industrial generators from 2,000 to 14,000 watts. Keep your lights on, your equipment running, and your business open with a reliable Mighty M generator from One Office Solution. One Office Solution located next to Pizza Ranch on Broadway in Yankton.
Fresh new trades at Moody Motors includes a 2017 Ford Escape for just $8,900, a 2018 Dodge Grand Caravan for just $12,900. Also in is a 2022 Nissan Altima and a 2025 Toyota Highlander. We also have a nice selection of pre-owned Explorers from 2017 to 24. Our inventory is changing daily as we keep our prices the lowest possible. Right here at Moody Motors in Niobrara.
You're in the mood for Moody
Finding the perfect fit is easier than ever at Boston Shoes to Boots. When's the last time you had your feet measured? Well, it's true. Your foot size can change. So come in and have your feet scanned on our Albert Foot Scanner. It takes about 30 seconds and can make a world of difference in helping us find you the correct size, recommend insoles, and in turn, you walk out with the perfect fit. It's that simple. Shop with us 6 days a week at Boston Shoes to Boots, located downtown on Cedar Street.
When a community invests in growth, the results speak for themselves. That's the Thrive Effect. In the past year, Yankton Thrive has helped strengthen our local economy through workforce development, business support, tourism promotion, and community partnerships. Today, we proudly serve more than 475 members, support local businesses, connect employers with talent, and showcase Yankton as a place to live, work, play, and visit. Real partnerships, real progress, real results. See the impact for yourself and learn online at yanktonsd.com.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. We're live from Aberdeen, South Dakota, and it's time for your Stats in Focus, courtesy of Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first. Looking at the team stats last year for Yankton, just over 32 points per game, were the second most in 11AA, 22.7 points per game allowed, which was sixth fewest in 11AA, a positive scoring differential of plus 9.7, second in the class. As a team, they had over 2,200 yards passing, 1,706 yards rushing, 292 passing touchdowns, 19 rushing touchdowns, 41 total touchdowns on offense. Defensively, 756 tackles, 52.5 for loss, 16 sacks, 21 picks, 8 fumble recoveries, and 8 defensive touchdowns. You look at all those numbers and you go, yeah, it makes sense that this team made it to the Dome last year. I know they want to just take that extra step further this year and win it all in Vermilion.
Right. You know, this team's been knocking on that door. Obviously been to the Dome 2 of the last 3 years. Like you said, the semifinals the year before that. And they're right there and hope to be there again this year. Obviously, a lot of new pieces, which we've kind of covered extensively in this pregame show. But, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out for Yankton as the season goes along. But, look, it starts right here in Aberdeen tonight.
Looking at Aberdeen, a decent defense last year, middle of the pack in terms of points allowed at 25 points per game allowed, but second fewest points per game on offense in 11AA, 13.2 points per game, a minus 11.8 point differential per game. That's the third worst in the class last year. They need to find that extra gear on offense. The defense was about middle of the pack, but the offense really held them back last year.
Yeah, not what they wanted offensively. Like you said, second fewest in 11AA last year, just over 13 points a game. They're going to have to find a way to get that going. Leading the way for them on offense will be the quarterback, Jace Byram. Obviously, he's going to have to make this team tick offensively as the signal caller. You heard Coach Muth talk about a couple minutes ago. Aberdeen's also going to want to run the ball. They're big, they're physical. Peyton Apple leading the way there. So, you know, it's something just to keep an eye on, see what this offense can do. Can they get it going compared to last year?
Let's take a look at your key player of the game. I already buried the lead. I think I brought it up when I was talking to Coach Lickness for our pregame interview with Coach's Keys. But Tegan LaCroix is going to be your key player, courtesy of Missouri River Associates. Kid's a versatile athlete. He's expected to line up at multiple spots on offense and defense. Really used as a chess piece for Yankton this year. He is listed as the starter, though, at wide receiver and strong safety tonight. We'll go over the full starting lineup after the national anthem.
Yeah, you'll see him catch passes. You'll see him run the ball. You'll see him hand it off, option plays, things like that, both at quarterback and running back potentially there. You know, a bunch of different things you can do there. I'm curious to see him on defense. Last year played a lot and played well. I'm curious to see every year Yankton kind of has a hybrid. They've called it different things of the year. Flex, I think even $sign one year, just a bunch of different stuff. So curious to see how they deploy him on the defensive side of the ball as well as this game and the rest of the year plays out.
Missouri River Associates, your key player of the game, courtesy of them, it is Tegan LaCroix. Last season, 70 tackles, 6 interceptions, 4 total touchdowns, 1 on offense, 3 on defense, which was the team high for Yankton. Like I said, we're going to have your starting lineups when we come back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Back in a couple minutes. Say 3 minutes from Aberdeen.
If there's a fire or water where it shouldn't be, that's scary.
But I know who to call to fix it. FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration.
They repair fire damage, water problems, and even mold.
They also clean carpets and air ducts too. When disaster strikes, or just in time for a deep clean, trust FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration. With 24/7 emergency service, we proudly serve southeastern South Dakota and northeastern Nebraska, including Yankton, Mitchell, Norfolk, and Sioux Falls. If your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech.
Your home is more than a place. It's where your story unfolds. I'm Tara Portillo with America's Best Realty, and I believe every move deserves thoughtful care. I take the time to listen, understand your needs, and treat your dreams like they matter. Whether you are buying your first home, selling your current one, or beginning your next chapter, I'll guide you every step of the way with honest advice, local experience, and clear communication, so you can move forward with confidence. Start your story with me, Tara Portillo, at America's Best Realty. Visit YanktonHomefinder.com.
I'm Chris, the plant accountant here with Parker of Yankton. So let's do some math. 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, that's 2,080 hours. With our night shift pay differential of $2.35 an hour, that comes out to over $400 extra in your pocket every month. Nearly $5,000 extra dollars a year, just for working the same job on a different shift. Same work, same team, just more in your paycheck. Join us and let the math work in your favor. Learn more at parker.com/careers.
Parker, engineering your success.
Introducing the all-new Glow Vitality Bar at Glow Aesthetics Med Spa. Quick, effective in-office injections and IV therapies designed to support energy, immunity, recovery, and overall wellness in minutes. From NAD+ and glutathione for cellular support and glow, to B-complex boosts, hydration drips, and fast-acting nausea or pain relief. We make feeling better simple and convenient. Need a quick energy reset, recovering from travel or a long week? It's time to glow. Glow Vitality Bar at Glow Aesthetics Med Spa.
FM 102.1 and AM 1450 KYNT Yankton.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Not going to Anthem quite yet, so now it's time for your starting lineups from First Chiropractic Centers, making life better one adjustment at a time. So it looks like they're starting with the Yankton defense, Josh, so that's where we're going to start. Who's going to be the starting lineup today for the Bucks on the defensive side?
Haven't done this in 9 months. I'm ready. Let's go. We'll start here for the Bucks. Did you say offense or defense?
Defense. Sorry, they're doing
defense,
the defense down there.
Okay, yeah. We'll go ahead and take a look at the defensive side of the ball here. Starting on the defensive line for the Bucks, Austin Conway, Jake Boelter, and Jamison Rogers. Linebackers today, Carson Krall and Madden McQuaid on the inside. On the outside spots, Jackson Reichen and Ivan Hirschman. In the secondary, Miles Drotzman and Henry Delforge, the freshman, at corner. And then at safety, strong safety Tegan LaCroix, and at free safety, Will Sager.
It's the starting defense today for the Yankton Bucks. On the offensive side of the ball, how would the Bucks be lining up today?
Yeah, we'll start up front here today at left tackle, Austin Conway, Carson Heck at left guard, Kane Steinberg at right guard, right tackle Jake Boelter, and then at center Ben Bowman. Out wide for the Bucks today, you're going to see kind of 4 pass catchers out there, Miles Drotzman, Tegan LaCroix, Jackson Reichen, and Ivan Hirschman. At running back tonight, Carson Krall, and then the signal caller, the quarterback, number 12, Jack Kudera.
Those are your starters for Yankton here, courtesy of First Chiropractic Centers, making life better one adjustment at a time. I see you looking at the back of that sheet. It is gibberish, Josh. Don't look at the back of that roster sheet. It is kind of a mess. I do apologize.
Yeah, I was looking for special teams. Forgot Asher Knuckles, of course, handling kickoffs and extra points this year as well.
Yep. He'll be kicker and punter this year will be Asher Knuckles. Let's switch our attention to Aberdeen Central. They're starting with the Aberdeen Central offense down below, Josh. I think we should start on that side of the ball as well. So who's running things on offense for the Golden Eagles?
Yeah, starting at quarterback today, a senior, Jace Byram. Running back, Peyton Apple. At fullback today, or F position for Aberdeen, it's Porter Lorzinski. At receiver, Carter Lust and Mason Hager. Tight end, Ben Weishar. Left tackle, Max Borns. Jordan Rexinger at left guard. At center, Ben Jorgensen. At right guard, Weston Schaefer. And at right tackle, Landon Madsen.
Eagles really hang their hat on defense a lot. We heard Brady Muth talk about it in the pregame coach interview. We heard former head coach Arlen Lickness talk about it in Coach's Keys. Defense wins championships. Who's starting on defense for Aberdeen?
Yeah, running a 3-4 tonight. The 2 defensive ends, Oakley Wirtz and Max Borns. At defensive tackle, Ben Jorgensen. At those linebacker spots, Jude Sumner, Owen Ward, Isaac Tobert, and Micah Burns. At corner tonight, Skylar Arts and Carter Luss. And at the 2 safety spots, free safety Jackson Board, and then Bennett Eisenbeis at strong safety.
So your starting lineups today, courtesy of First Chiropractic Centers, making life better at one adjustment at a time. National Anthem coming up next here from Aberdeen Central High School. So we're back in a couple minutes on KYNT and KYN-TV.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from Core Trust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit coretrustbank.com today.
Member FDIC.
At Mead Lumber of Yankton, we're more than building materials. We're your partner in every project. From your first sketch to your final nail, we're here with expert advice, quality products, and hometown service you can count on. For over 100 years, we've been proud to build homes, businesses, and dreams with you right here in our community. Stop in and see what makes Mead Lumber the trusted name in building. Mead Lumber of Yankton, helping you build, helping you grow, from design to finish.
Let me tell you what a good buyer's agent actually does. They don't just open doors and point out countertops. They ask you hard questions. What does your morning routine look like? How far do your kids ride the bus? What happens to this payment if interest rates move? A good agent protects you from the house that looks perfect but maybe isn't right. That's what the Move Group does. We slow down so you don't have to speed up. So move with Mason and the Move Group.
Move with Mason.
Dirty windows? See the difference with Top Notch Window Cleaning. Locally owned and operated right here in Yankton, Top Notch provides commercial and residential window cleaning throughout Yankton, Vermilion, and surrounding communities. Whether you need a one-time cleaning or prefer flexible routine cleanings for your home or business, Top Notch Window Cleaning has you covered. Get a free quote by calling 605-760-4664 or online at yanktonwindowcleaning.com. Top Notch Window Cleaning for a clearer view of your home or business.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT and RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. Visit mtrcsmithinsurance.com.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Your High-V pregame show has concluded. Captains will meet at center field today, or at midfield, excuse me. Baseball season's over. It's time for football. But they'll meet at the midfield stripe for our coin toss here momentarily. But there's a few things we got to wrap up before we officially get started, including your officials of the game, courtesy of the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General. They are the law on the field. Don't have the list of officials today, but expect them to do a great job. The white hat, going over the coin toss right now with both teams. We're also going to give a shout out to your fans of the game, courtesy of Triple Time Rudy's. Whether you're traveling to a home or an away game, be sure to fill up at Triple Time Rudy's. Thank you for joining us today on KYNT and KYN-TV, but also pretty good Yankton crowd on hand here as well, making the trip for the first Friday of the football season. We also want to shout out the Yankton School District Alumni Association for your colors of the game. Show your true colors by registering for the Alumni Association on the Yankton School District website. You can also, if you're watching on KYN-TV, scan the QR code in front of you right now. White jerseys, the road whites for Yankton. White tops, white pants, red numbers with red helmets. All blue for Aberdeen. Blue tops, blue pants, yellow numbers, and letters with yellow trim as well. Blue helmets with yellow face masks. Those are your colors of the game from the Yankton School District Alumni Association. Well, Josh, I think that does it for all of our pregame stuff. We're ready to roll.
We are, and I think we're going to see the Yankton offense first. The Bucks did win the toss, and it looks like they're going to receive the football to start here. A little aggressive, maybe something they like. A lot of times you'll see that from offenses on the road when they're trying to start a statement early or set a tone early for a game. They'll go out on offense first. And typically you'll see teams wait till the second half to take the ball, but here Yankton won it first. So we're going to see Jack Kudera and company on offense to start this game as football season's back. Let's go, everybody. Friday night lights, clear eyes, full hearts, whatever they say in the show.
Two dangerous return men back deep for Yankton. Both of them have kick returns for touchdowns in their careers. It's Miles Drotzman. He's lined up near side of the kick return formation. Tegan LaCroix back far side as the two furthest back. A little closer. One of the up men, Madden McQuaid, back there as well.
Yeah, and something to mention with special teams, new special teams coordinator this year, Alex Topol, taking over those duties from Brady Hale. Excited to see what he'll bring to the table as well. Yankton has prided themselves on having good special teams throughout the years and always really have really consistent special teams. So excited to see this here once again now under Alex Topol this year as we have kickoff.
Kickoff, and we are underway. It will be bobbled by Miles Drotzman, but he'll bring it in his own about 3-yard line. He's looking for space down the left side. He's back in deep territory, but able to break away. Drotzman down the left sideline. One man to beat, and it's the kicker. He's going to cut back middle of the field, still trying to get around him. 25-20, beats him to the edge, but he's brought down at the 9. What a opening return for Miles Drotzman. Chicken salad out of you-know-what.
What a way to start the season. Looking at some big blocks in that play. Madden McQuaid had a nice one. A couple of other guys in there that really sprung that open out towards about the 15-20 yard line on the far side on the Bucs sideline. Really sprung that and really almost went from disaster at the beginning with that bobbled kick. Able to recover it was Drotzman and have a big return to set the tone and put Yankton obviously in good field position here.
We'll see if we can have a time to take a look at that again at some point today on your Vision Care Associates replay. But right now the attention turns to Jackson Kudera. He's in the shotgun. Running back on his right hip pocket is Carson Crawl. Takes the belt, high snap, looks right, forced to scramble, steps up on the pocket. First play is a touchdown pass for Jackson Kudera, and the Yankton Bucs offense should mention it as well. First touchdown pass for new offense coordinator TJ Beacom as well.
Yeah, and credit to Jack Kudera. One play, one touchdown there, Brayden. Pressure came right up the middle, and Kudera did a good job evading the pressure and just finding a check down the middle for a touchdown there. Way to go for the Bucs to get started there and just get things going. One play, one touchdown. I think new offensive coordinator TJ Beacom and, of course, Coach Hale and the rest of the Yankton staff will take that every single time.
That was number 11, Jackson Reichen, on the touchdown catch. So his first catch of 2026 goes for 6. Asher Knock was on to kick the extra point here as Yankton leads 6-0 pending this extra point. Kick is up and kick is good. Yankton now leads 7-0 here on KYNT and KYN TV. That opening drive was courtesy of Gerstner Oil. Didn't really get time to talk about it here as an opening drive from Gerstner Oil, whether you're trying to go home or a away game. Fuel up at Triple Time Rudy's in Yankton. Also, they were in the red zone for that one play. So your red zone is courtesy of Midwest Insurance Agency, and the scoring drive courtesy of Core Trust Bank. There's a lot to talk about there as we get ready to go for the next set of things. We're gonna keep it right here. We're not gonna go to break at KYNT and KYN TV as that opening touchdown was quick, fast, and in a hurry for the Yankton Bucs. And we'll actually get a chance to get a look at that opening kickoff return from Miles Drotzman as well on your Vision Care Associates replay. This is what set things up. Bobbled at about the 2-yard line, and Drotzman goes right sideline to left sideline, trying to find space, able to get a couple decent blocks, and he is off to the races. One man to beat was the kicker as he crosses the 50. The kicker making a great play. Got to give a lot of credit to Caden Forward for bringing him down right at about the 8-yard line, but it was goal to go right off the bat, and Yankton able to take advantage. Jackson Reichen on the 9-yard touchdown catch from Jackson Kudera. So Jackson to Jackson on the first play of the game on offense for Yankton. They lead 7-0 now with 11:35 to go in quarter one.
Yeah, once again, you can't draw it up any better than right? You get a great special teams play. We talked about how much Yankton prides themselves on good special team setup. Kudera does a good job avoiding some pressure on the first play and just finding an open man, and Reichen right there in the end zone for a touchdown. Great start for the Bucs.
Knuckles has it teed up here for Yankton, and we are underway again here on KYNT and KYN TV. Received about the own 8-yard line for Aberdeen Central, trying to find some space down the right sideline. Finds a lot of space. 2 men to beat, pushed out of bounds, just shy of the 50. Didn't catch the number on that returner off the bat, but not quite the same as Miles Drotzman, Josh, but a fantastic return and good starting field position for Aberdeen Central.
Yeah, good response there. Right now you're in plus territory, right at the 50-yard line there for this Aberdeen offense, who need to respond after giving up that opening touchdown on the other side of the field. We'll see what they can do. And now this Yankton defense mixed with, like we talked about, some returning faces, some great production, as well as some new guys in the mix this year. Excited to see what they can do on defense. But, yeah, they're going to get a look here against this Aberdeen offense, once again, led by Byram and company here for the Golden Eagles.
Peyton Apple, the running back, on the right hip pocket of the quarterback, Jace Byram. Shotgun formation for Aberdeen. Byram Sees something he likes in the defense. Takes the snap out, face mask high, looking left. He's under pressure in a hurry. Strip sack, fumble, ball's out. Yankton possession. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. The Bucks are on the ball again, Josh. We are 40 seconds off the game clock. Yankton has a touchdown, a long kick return, and a forced fumble recovered.
You know, I saw an interview with Lions defensive end Aiden Hutchinson this week where he talks about defensive ends just need to win. Watch Jackson Reichen on the right side here. He's just going to win and put a hit on the quarterback for the turnover there. Nice play, Jackson Reichen.
Yeah, great play, sack, fumble, recovered by Yankton. I believe that, I didn't see who that was that got the jump down on the recovery, but it was Reichen who forced it as we are getting ready to go again. Handoff off the right side is Tegan LaCroix making some moves, trying to find some space. Gain of about 2 on the play. They might give him 3. They will give him 3 here. So that clock continues to tick.
And I know you were kind of looking at some replays there. They actually had him lined up at quarterback on that play, Brayden. That was a read option right there. Just kind of look at several things we talked about, how they're going to use him in different spots. And right away there, you saw it on that play, but also even on that first drive on the touchdown, had him in motion too. So really, like you said, a chess piece that can do multiple things here for the Bucks.
Kudera and LaCroix in the backfield. It's a swing pass out to the left side, brought in by Carson Crawl. He's got a first down and maybe half a yard more, but there was a flag at the snap of the ball, and it might be a illegal formation or a procedural penalty because it was before the snap.
I think that's what you're going to get here. Typically when you see that type of thing, maybe it could be an encroachment, but we'll see what they call here on the field. I think this is going to be some kind of motion penalty on the Bucks.
Illegal formation. On the outside.
Illegal formation.
5 yard backfield. For replay, second down.
It's a 5-yard penalty, so it'll be 2nd and 12 for the Bucks offense. So not a first down on the swing pass to Carson Crawl, losing 5 yards after that one.
Yeah, now you're working behind the 8 ball a little bit right here. You know, you don't necessarily need it all, sitting at about 2nd and 12. Try to get some of those yards back, make it a manageable 3rd down, but we'll see how Coach Beacom and Hale and company decide to attack this one on 2nd and 12.
Kudera looking to throw, lets it go downfield, just out of reach. A diving effort from Tegan LaCroix, but not able to bring it in.
Yeah, and a good play design there, Brayden. They had LaCroix coming across and had a free rusher off the right side. Crawl's able to pick him up on the block, and Kudera just rolls out, just not able to connect there with LaCroix.
3rd and 12 for the Yankton Bucks. You know, first drive was pretty simple. This one, the first pressure play call for offensive coordinator TJ Beacom. We'll see what he draws up here. Kudera in the shotgun again. Chest high snap, looking over the middle of the field. Lets it go short instead. Tegan LaCroix's got a lot of space to run into. Right at the line to gain. Still fighting for yards. Looks like he's got the first down by the hair of his chinny chin chin.
Yeah, and what a mature decision there by the junior quarterback. Was kind of looking deep, sees that he's got his man underneath there, and just let him do the work, get the first down. Nice job finding the open man. Sometimes check downs can get you first downs, and right there, that's an example of that, finding LaCroix open and underneath.
Shotgun formation again for Jackson Kudera, and a timeout is going to be taken defensively by Aberdeen as they were trying to substitute, and while Yankton was already up to the line of scrimmage, so saves a 5-yard free penalty. Timeouts from Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Be the wiser. Go with Kaiser. That's Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. We're coming back in 30 seconds as Yankton leads 7-0 here in the season opener in Aberdeen.
You can do your own payroll and bookkeeping, but is that really the best use of your time? While you're tracking expenses and balancing spreadsheets, you could be growing your business or actually taking a weekend off. At H&R Block of Yankton, we handle payroll, bookkeeping, and taxes so you can focus on what really matters. Our team keeps your numbers accurate, your records organized, and your time yours again. Let us do the counting so you can do what matters most. Call locally owned H&R Block of Yankton today at 605-665-3366.
Welcome back out of that timeout from Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Yankton leads 7-0 after that timeout from Aberdeen Central. 10-11 to go here in the first quarter. And it's 1st and 10 for Jackson Kudera. He'll take the snap, handoff up the gut. Carson Crawl bounces off a tackle at the line of scrimmage, dragging men behind him. He is down right at the line to gain, and I think they're going to move those chains. They're going to say first down for Carson Crawl.
Yeah, punishing run once again there, but how about Tegan LaCroix on that play once again, using him where they're going to send him in motion, attention's on him, and then you just run Crawl off the left side, and he punishes a few guys on his way to a good gain there, make it 2nd and 1 for the Bucks.
I ended up calling him just a half a yard short, so my apologies there. I thought he got to the line to gain, but 2nd and 1 for Yankton. Belt high snap, and it's to Tegan LaCroix, but that was snuffed out immediately by the Aberdeen Central defense. Loss on the play. Gonna bring up 3rd and manageable, but still longer than it was a few moments ago.
Yeah, that was kind of chaos from the beginning. Line kind of caved there. Aberdeen did a good job of winning up front and kind of blew up that play from the beginning. Well, maybe even lost 2 or 3 yards on that play.
I think they mark it down as an official 2-yard loss, 3rd and 3. And from where the ball was before, it's more of a 2.5-yard loss here, Josh.
Yeah, now you got to think, though, obviously looking to get a first down here, but you're in that kind of gray area of the field. We don't know what Asher Knuckles' range is for sure, so this could be 4-down territory with LaCroix taking the snap at quarterback once again.
LaCroix takes the snap, looks like a speed option off the left side, pitches it out to Carson Crawl. He puts his shoulder down right at the line to gain. Will they move the chains?
Close.
See if we get a measurement. I think he's just short. They're signaling 4th down, so it's going to be 4th and inches. No, move the chains. There it is.
I thought maybe with where the official was walking there, but credit to Carson Crawl. There really wasn't much blocking out there on the left side. He just, once again, lowering the shoulder, making the first man go through some contact and getting what you can. Nice run there by Crawl. Get the first down.
Shotgun formation here for Yankton again. This is Kudera back at quarterback. Them switching quarterbacks is going to catch me a couple times this year, Josh. Low snap, but Kudera is able to pick it up out of the dirt. He's looking downfield, finds Jackson Reichen, but in and out of the hands. Tough play, great defensive effort there for Aberdeen Central. I believe that was number 14, Micah Bruns, who was able to stick a hand in there and knock it away.
Yeah, and you could tell Kudera wanted to move a little bit towards the right, and his line kind of collapsed there. Good job by the Aberdeen front to get some pressure, and Kudera adjusted, made a good throw. Just Reichen wasn't able to come down with it. That was a tough catch to make.
2nd and 10 now for Yankton. Kudera in the shotgun again. He'll take the snap. He fires quick left side. Miles Drotzman, his first catch of the day. He breaks off the first tackler, and he's going to get another fresh set of downs for Yankton. Make it 1st and 10 for the Yankton Bucks. Just over 8 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Once again, drawing all the attention, Brayden, over on the right side with Tegan LaCroix. Then you just, as everyone's falling over there on that motion, you just slip it on a little bubble to Drotzman there for a first down.
Working from your Midwest Insurance Agency red zone. It's a handoff up the gut. Carson Crawl, patient running, now puts the shoulder down, plows forward to about the 6-yard line here. How do we give him a gain of 5 on the play to bring up 2nd and 5?
And once again, nice run there by Crawl, but I'm going to bring it up again, Brayden. When he's not taking the snap at quarterback, Tegan LaCroix is in motion on every single play. Whether it's a handoff or some kind of pass, he has been on the move every play.
This offense continues to stay interesting as Tegan LaCroix is back in there in the shotgun. Handoff, no read option. He keeps himself up the gut. Not a lot of running room. Might have got 2 on the play to bring up 2nd and 3, or 3rd and 3.
Yeah, not much there up the middle. Once again, really leaning on that read option there with LaCroix. They've gone to that a few times. Him and Crawl both have 3 carries apiece, but now we'll see what they can do with about a 3rd and 4 here for the Bucks.
3 in the backfield right now. Kudera, the quarterback, LaCroix on his left, Crawl on his right. Kudera will take the chest-high snap. He's looking to throw it out. Wheel route, Carson Crawl into the hands. Touchdown, Yankton. The Bucks on the board again. Make it 13-3 here in Aberdeen.
Yeah, and good job there. Kudera was able to identify it was man-on-man outside on that wheel route and just kind of lobbed it up enough down the field where only Crawl had a chance to catch it. He does, and another touchdown there for the Bucks. Jumping out to an early, at least 13-0 lead, at 14 extra point pending, of course. But this Yankton offense clicking early here.
Taking a look at it again in your Vision Care Associates replay as well. Just loft that ball up where it needs to be. Let Crawl run underneath of it for the 2nd touchdown pass of the day for Jackson Kudera. Knuckles on to kick the extra point here. LaCroix to hold. Snap is good. Hold is down. Kick is up from Knuckles, and it is good. Make it 14-0. Yankton leads. That scoring drive courtesy of Core Trust Bank. 14-0 Yankton on top. We're back in 1 minute for your kickoff from Aberdeen.
The game is on, the crowd is ready, and at Ben's Brew Station, you've got a front row seat. Ben's Brew Station is the official watch party of KYN-TV for Yankton High School sports. Whether it's Friday night football, a big soccer matchup, or an exciting volleyball set, you can catch the action streaming on KYN-TV at Ben's. Bring your friends, bring your Yankton spirit, and get ready to cheer. Ben's Brew Station, the place for Yankton High School sports fans, because if it's on KYN-TV, it's on at Ben's.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first. We offer expertise and experience, where your long-term eye care is our concern. State-of-the-art technology, where we never lose sight of quality. Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Two men back deep to return for Aberdeen are Carter Lust and Bennett Eisenbeis. As we are back underway here in Aberdeen, 14-0, Yankton leads. A couple quick touchdowns for the Bucks offense and much better kickoff coverage there, Josh. Aberdeen Central starts their second drive of the game at their own 24-yard line. It was a one-play strip sack fumble recovered by the defense last time Aberdeen had the football.
Yeah, Jackson Reichen just beat his man off the line and put the hurt on the quarterback there. Obviously, turnovers are big in any game. You want to win that battle, and Yankton off to an early start here. Now you see Reichen lined up over on the left side here on this play. We'll see what Yankton can do back on defense. We've only seen, Brayden, I think 2 snaps, 1 snap maybe on defense for Yankton. 1 snap so far, so they've gotten some rest on that end of the ball.
Byram takes the snap, handoff up the gut, trying to find some running room, runs right into Madden McQuaid, but powers forward for a few yards there. That's going to be a gain of 4 on the play to bring up 2nd and 6 for Aberdeen.
Yeah, and that was a good run by Apple there. If you look at it, Madden McQuaid really met him right in the gap there towards the beginning of that run, and Apple was just able to muscle out a couple yards there. Yankton did a good job, just Apple able to muscle, like I said, for a few yards there.
Aberdeen Central moving right to left as you see it and hear it here on KYNT and KYN-TV. It'll be 2nd and about 6 from their own 27-yard line. Low snap, Byram picks it up. Apple going off the right side again, looking for space. Not much on that one. Gain of 1 brings up 3rd and 5 for the Golden Eagles.
Front 7 once again flying to the football. They're forcing Apple to kind of almost run sideways to try to find a hole. And as that's happening, more red helmets are getting down the field and able to shut things down. And now Aberdeen facing a 3rd down. We'll see if they can convert here. They just got to keep this offense on the field for a bit.
A lot of questions in the offseason heading into this season about Yankton switching to a 3-front, a 3-4 formation here, trying to get more backers on the field.
And Yankton known for good backers over the years. I mean, since we've been here, we've seen some really good football players. Matthew Sheldon, you know, you look at the Platt boys, the list goes on and on. A couple good ones here as well, as Aberdeen burning their 2nd timeout already in this game, and we're still in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, timeouts courtesy of Kaiser Heating and Cooling. The play clock was winding down there, Josh. So we're going to go to break, come back in 30 seconds, and we'll see what Aberdeen has in store on 3rd down. 14-0, Yankton leads here in Aberdeen, back in 30 seconds.
When pain or injury slows you down, waiting isn't an option. That's why Yankton Medical Clinic Orthopedic Walk-In Care is available Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, right here in Yankton. No appointment is needed. Just walk in and you will be seen. It's faster access to the expert care that you deserve from doctors who live and invest in this community. We're not just your doctors, we're your neighbors. I'm Dr. Brent Adams, orthopedic surgeon with the Yankton Medical Clinic. I'm proud to call Yankton home. We're your orthopedic team and we're here for you.
Third and 5 for Aberdeen Central. We'll see what Jace Byram has in store at the quarterback position. He'll take the belt-high snap, pot pass, going right to left. Aberdeen trying to flow to that side, but Miles Drotzman able to meet the runner there first. big loss on the play from 3rd and 5 to 4th and 11. I think we'll see a punt unit for the first time tonight.
Yeah, and credit to Miles Drotzman. I thought, honestly, the left tackle there might have gotten away with a bit of a hold on Reichen on the end of that, but Drotzman was able to fly the football once again from the second level. And now, just like that, Yankton getting off the field here and should be working with favorable field position with LaCroix standing at about the 44-yard line. So Yankton, once again, with a chance to take a big lead early here if they can keep it going on offense. But once again, a nice play there by Drotzman.
Byram to punt. He punts it away. LaCroix waits on it. It bounces over LaCroix's head, and he's just going to let it go. And, Josh, they might make you eat your words on that great field position statement. It's a beautiful punt from Byram. Gets downed at the 16-yard line. So it was to be expected that it would be great field position, but a fantastic punt from Byram. I didn't know he had that in the locker.
Yeah, credit to him. Got a really great bounce there, and that's the key. I don't know about you, but I can't punt at 50, 60 yards. The bounce is the key there. Credit to Byram on that one. A good punt. And now Yankton obviously working with their worst field position of the day with the big kick return from Drotzman earlier, and then, of course, the sack fumble as well. Really working with some short field, and now really having to go full length for the first time here today.
Be their first snap from their own side of the 50, and it's a shotgun empty set for Jackson Cooter. A quick fire pass off the left side. Finds Tegan LaCroix. He is wrapped up and brought down just shy of the sticks. They're going to say 2nd and 1 here from the looks of it.
Yeah, just a quick read there, Brayden. Get your man in space on a hitch route and see what he can do. And a nice pickup there. And now a 2nd and short. Good play.
2nd and 1 for the Bucks as they break the huddle. I think I just got a signal from our cameraman. It might be a light sprinkle out there. Is that what you're saying? Got a thumbs up, so we'll see if that affects anything. Kudera takes the shotgun snap, and they're going deep on 2nd down, and it's going to be intercepted. First mistake of the game for Jackson Kudera. Intercepted down the left sideline and pushed out of play. Turnover forced by Tyler Jostin, the sophomore defensive back.
That's what Aberdeen needed. Kudera just kind of lobbed that one up and really kind of turned it almost into a game of 500 back on the playground there. But now, just like that, if you're Aberdeen, you got a chance to make this a one-score game with short field position. We'll see what they can do. Haven't really been able to move the football yet, but really could turn momentum on its head here if they can get something going.
Just under 4 to play in the first quarter. Yankton does lead 14-0, but as you said, Josh, things change quickly in 11AA football, and Aberdeen trying to do just that here.
Yeah, speaking of quick, things changing quickly, looking at scores around 11AA, Huron was down 14-0 early. It's now 21-13 T in that game, so something to keep an eye on there. Speaking of things changing quickly, we'll keep you updated on those throughout the day. But Aberdeen, once again, in business here with the turnover.
Byram's going to take another snap, handoff up the gut. That is Lazinski looking for some running room up the middle, but not really much. And there's a flag on the play as well, so we'll see what this laundry means for both teams.
Once again, probably some kind of illegal formation, perhaps motion penalty here. We'll see as Aberdeen's already appears there walking it back. And it is going to be an illegal formation penalty here. We've seen 2 of those so far, Brayden. One on Yankton, one on Aberdeen here.
Going to bring up 1st and 15 for Aberdeen Central, just under 3:50 to play in the first quarter.
And not what you want, right? You haven't had much success offensively. You get the big turnover, short field, and just like that, you put yourself behind the 8 ball with that penalty. We'll see how they respond here with a 1st and 15.
Byram to take the snap. A little outside of his reach, but he's able to bring it in. Looking down the field on a post route, the receiver was open, able to take the top off the defense, Josh, but not able to drop it in the bucket there for Aberdeen Central.
Yeah, and Micah Burns got open there, made almost like a short post route there up the middle, burned his man, the safety back there, but Byram just missed the throw. Now we'll see here, 2nd and 15, Brayden, and taking that shot on 1st down. We'll see if Aberdeen just tries to get some yards, maybe hand the ball off, some kind of quick pass, make it 3rd and a little bit more manageable. But either way, a pivotal moment, obviously, for the Golden Eagles here.
Byram takes the snap, quick fire pass off the left side, in and out of the hands of the receiver. Yankton hopped on that ball quickly because it was a screen pass, but it was a forward pass, so no fumble. But 3rd and 15 is now on the cards for Aberdeen.
And once again, there kind of thought maybe it was a run or a quick pass situation, just trying to pick some yards up. And I wonder if maybe if it's a similar thing here, Brayden. They're kind of in that gray area of the field at the 35, where unless your kicker, is kicking at 50 yards, you're probably maybe looking at a go-for-it situation. So maybe try to pick up some yards here and take a chance on 4th, but see what they do. Is early pressure here.
Byram, quick fire pass left side, incomplete. Closest player to the ball was Carson Crawl, and he was diving for it. So just one fed to the turf there, 4th and 15. Let's see, it's a little too short to punt, maybe a little too long to kick, but we'll see. Byram is their punter, so maybe they could be punting as well from the 34, but we'll see.
And watching that play, Brayden, Coach Olson on the defensive side sent Madden McQuaid on a blitz, and that kind of threw off the rhythm there on that right side where Yankton's had success getting after the quarterback early. They've kind of identified that with several guys getting pressure and a sack fumble on that side. And now, once again, looking to go for it here, like kind of that gray area. Got to assume some kind of shot play. We'll see if Yankton wants to turn up the pressure or pin their ears back and play defense.
Well, Byram has time in the pocket. Now lets it go downfield. Nobody open, but a flag flies. And this might be in the area of defensive pass interference. Josh, Aberdeen Central might have been just given a gift from the Yankton defense.
Yeah, and it was kind of an iffy thing there, but I think maybe the right call, and that's going to give Aberdeen second life once again on this drive here. I believe that was what they're going to call, maybe even a defensive holding instead, potentially, instead of PI. We'll see what the call is here as the officials are having a bit of a conversation.
Either way, judging by reactions on the field, it's going against the Red Hats of Yankton. His defensive holding is the call, not defensive pass interference.
So it'll
still be 4th down.
Yeah, but that'll cut the field in half, Brayden, now, and you get that 4th and more manageable here. 4th and about 5 or 6.
I think 4th and 5 is what they're going to roll with here. Still no kick unit, so Aberdeen will go for it. Byram takes the snap, chest high, under immediate pressure from Hirschman. A couple other players getting in there as well, just lobbed up, and a one-handed snag. No, incomplete. I thought Madden McQuaid did his Odell Beckham Jr. impression to pick that off, but knocked away. It's a turnover on downs, and Yankton, after almost giving Aberdeen another chance, able to get off the field.
Yeah, and I know sometimes there's stunts and things like that with blocking, but there was not an offensive lineman on that right side that touched Jackson Kudera. The running back was able to pick him up, but by that time that happened, Milo Thompson also came in and got some pressure and really kind of blew that play up immediately. Once again, though, if you watch that back, Jackson Reichen, different Jackson, was able to get some pressure there untouched.
Hirschman was in the backfield as well, Ivan Hirschman, for a little bit there. So a lot of different players getting involved, and we're going to see, well, as close as you get to a Yankton power formation, they line up in the pistol with Madden McQuaid as the H-back, but flag, and was it a delay of game, the call? I didn't see what the referee signaled, but it was 5 yards.
Admittedly, I was looking at my stat sheet there. Either way, a 5-yard penalty, some kind of procedural on the Bucks, and now once again working behind the 8 ball. This is something Yankton, if you remember last year, had some trouble with too, some motion penalties, things like that could kind of set some drives back. But now Yankton working deep in their own territory at about the 20. Here, though, this defense standing strong with another stop. Pressure early and often here for the Bucks on defense.
Kudera is going to hand it off up the middle, try to get some of those yards back from Carson Crawl. He is stopped at the 20-yard line, though, so gain of 1, if anything, on that one will bring up 2nd and 14.
Yeah, once again, Aberdeen just winning the battle up front there. I thought Madden McQuaid laid a good block on that one that really kind of kept that from being a loss of yards on the play. But once again, 2nd and long here for Yankton as they're bringing in 2 guys.
Couple substitutions here. McQuaid checking out, LaCroix checking out, Ivan Hirschman in the game. Didn't see who the other player was that ran onto the field, but looks like that is number 2, Carter Saylor. All into the game now for Yankton. And it looks like a timeout's going to be taken by Yankton. It's courtesy of Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Be wiser, go with Kaiser. That's Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. The Bucks lead 14-0 here on KYNT and KYN-TV. 2:27 to play in this first quarter. We're back in 30 seconds from Aberdeen.
If you're looking for value, there's no better place than Hy-Vee. Along with low prices, you'll find better quality meat, the freshest produce, specialty items, and natural and organic products. because you shouldn't have to choose between quality and a good price. That's why Hy-Vee has thousands of low prices across the store, as low or lower than the discount stores. Come see for yourself and look for the price compare signs in store. Hy-Vee, saving looks better here.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. It'll be... it's becoming fun trying to tell who is that back there. It's Jackson Cooter as he sends Tegan LaCroix in motion. He'll take the snap, dump it off left side, screen pass to Miles Drotzman. He cuts into the middle of the field, gets to about the 26-yard line to make it third and a little more manageable for Yankton here, with still a ways to go if they want to get a fresh set of downs.
Once again, a whole lot of eye candy there. They're trying to get your attention over on LaCroix on the right side there, moving around, and well, they're watching that. Just throw a quick bubble out on the left. For a nice little gain there, about 5 or 6 yards, Brayden now setting Yankton up here. We'll see what they can do on 3rd and 8.
Cooter in the shotgun again. He'll take the snap, looking right, steps up in the pocket. He climbs right into a sack. Big play there for Owen Ward, the senior linebacker, 6'2", 205, and he wrapped up Jackson Cooter for the sack on the play. 4th and long for Yankton. Expect the Bucks punt unit for the first time today.
Yeah, and pressure coming right up the middle there, like you said, from the senior linebacker. And this Aberdeen defense starting to settle into things here late in this first quarter. They get the turnover and then the sack there. Yankton, you know, they had the punch early and now going to have to find a way to counter punch as Aberdeen's defense is starting to heat up.
Chest high snap for the punter. It is Cooter who punts for Yankton as well. Bouncing ball at about the 50, picked up by Aberdeen, and no space on the return there. The Golden Eagles will start about where they received it, but near the 50-yard line here for 1st and 10 for Aberdeen.
And once again, though, good field position now for the Golden Eagles. We saw them with the ball starting at the 30. Last possession, not able to take advantage of that. And now going to have to find something here. We talked about it kind of during the break. Aberdeen only completing 1 pass so far, and it was a pot pass at the line of scrimmage that lost yards. So got to find something there and get something going on offense as they're down 2 scores early here.
1st and 10 for Jace Byram and the Golden Eagles offense. He's in the shotgun. His heels planted about his own 42-yard line. Ball is spotted at the 47. Handoff up the gut. Looks like Apple on this carry. Gets past the 50 into Yankton territory, down to about the Bucks' 48-yard line. Might even give him the 47 there. So a good gain on the opening play of the drive.
And Brayden, I thought that was the best rep we've seen from the Aberdeen offensive line so far. They've been getting beat, particularly in pass blocking situations, but they're a good job up front, physical, and get some good yards to set the tone on this drive.
2nd and about 4 here for Aberdeen as they look to get their first score of the game. They trail 14-0 here to Yankton, and whistle blows right at the snap of the ball, and usually that is a sign of a false start on offense. Could be encroachment as well. Usually blow the play dead on that, but most likely false start.
Yeah, saw the official rolling the hands there. You're going to get a false start on Aberdeen. Make it 2nd and 9, really effectively wiping out that nice gain they had on 1st.
Really just feels like 1 step forward, a couple steps back for Aberdeen when they get another chance. And you have a mistake like that.
Yeah, and, you know, and looking at it here, Apple has been an effective runner. He's averaging about 4 yards a carry. The problem is they've only really ran the ball 3 times, and this kind of changes things on the drive here. Is all of a sudden you go from 2nd and short to 2nd and long. Really kind of changes the way you call a game here.
Byram's going to look to pass, swings it out left side, brought in, but immediately wrapped up and driven out of bounds by Miles Drotzman. Catching that ball was Porter Lazinski, the junior. 5'10", 175 pounds for him, and gain of about 2 on the play brings up 3rd and 7.
And what I love about this secondary so far, Brayden, is they are just such sure tacklers and flying to the football. As you saw right there, Drotzman in particular, on the 2 completed passes so far, has been right there to kind of clean things up immediately. And now a 3rd and long here for Aberdeen, right about midfield.
Byram directing traffic here.
And we say the official signaling for the clock to run. It wasn't, but they got that figured out.
Byram looks over the middle, finds Lazinski. Looks like he's going to have a fresh set of downs. Chased down from behind by a combination of Carson Krall and Zane Portillo, a freshman. Another freshman we're going to see rotate in on offense, or on defense, excuse me, for Yankton. But 1st and 10 now for Aberdeen Central, as I presume that'll take us to the second quarter.
Yeah, nice play design there. Get some speed underneath, out in space a little bit on the drag across the defense, and able to convert there and keep this drive alive. Aberdeen needed that.
That will bring us to the quarter break. After one, Yankton leads 14-0 here on KYNT and KYN TV. Quarter breaks courtesy of Masaba. Unlock your future and rock with Masaba Manufacturing. We're back in 1 minute. Yankton leads by 2 scores in their season opener.
The Boathouse is for everyone. They have axe throwing, sports simulators, skee ball, shuffleboard, and darts. Plus awesome drinks with lots of cold craft beers, seltzers, wines, and great non-alcoholic options. Try their burgers, pizza, wings, fish, chicken strips, and more. Check out trivia on Tuesdays, free axe throwing tournaments on Wednesdays, and live music on Fridays. Head to the Boathouse in downtown Yankton. Life is better at the Boathouse.
Being wiser means making smart choices, especially when it comes to your home's comfort. Today's heating and cooling systems are advanced with technology designed to work smarter. Being wiser means choosing a company that understands today's technology and has the experience to back it up. For nearly 80 years, Kaiser Heating and Cooling has stayed ahead of the curve with the latest HVAC systems and tools while delivering the trusted service generations have relied on. So be the wiser and go with Kaiser. Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN TV. We'll reset the clock to 12 minutes here for your second quarter of play. Yankton and Aberdeen Central switching sides. The Golden Eagles now moving left to right. They trail by 14, and a couple of Yankton players signaling that they think an offensive lineman moved for Aberdeen.
Yeah, I thought the center moved there a little bit, but
draining the play clock down here just before it expires. Aberdeen Central takes the snap, handoff up the middle. Apple gets 1. They're going to give him 2 as he was able to fall forward.
No, that's one of my favorite plays on defense. Just when you see several helmets of the team you want to win, fly to the football. And right there, that's what Yankton did from the second level as well as up front. Just flying to the football and really kind of stopping that run right in its tracks.
2nd and 8, you're down in distance. Your score is 14-0. Yankton leads here in the second quarter of play. Working from about the Bucks' 37-yard line here. Byram claps, takes the snap. Another handoff up the gut to Apple. Little more space on this one. Falls forward for an extra yard after the contact as well. It's going to make it 3rd down and about 4 here. Another gain of 4 this time for Apple.
And once again, you probably got 2 plays here to get 4 yards. We'll see how Aberdeen chooses to play this, whether they want to drop back and throw or run and maybe try to get it here or make it a 4th and more manageable. But either way, like I said, kind of a spot where you're at in the field where you got 2 plays to get 4 yards here.
Shotgun formation here for Byram and the Golden Eagles. Byram pointing something out on the line of scrimmage. I think pointing at Portillo. Low snap. Byram picks it off the dirt. Forced to roll out to his right under some pressure. He will scramble right at the sticks. Might have got that extra yard. Carson Krall helps escort him out of bounds. Along with, I think, Portillo over there as well.
Yeah, and a nice job there. Low snap. Just able to scramble off the right side. I thought the left tackle might have gotten a little grabby there on the edge, but either way, Byram did a good job being able to scramble out and get a 1st down. Now Brayden here. Aberdeen starting to get some momentum, picking up a few 1st downs, see if they can cut in this lead here. Still have a ways to go as they pop the bubble out left.
And not much running room on it, but a gain of 2 on the play. We'll bring up 2nd and 8 after that quick hitter goes for a short gain.
Yeah, and Lazinski kind of becoming the go-to guy, Brayden, receiving-wise for them. He's got 3 catches for 17 yards. Only other catch so far today was Lust on a pot pass that lost 5 yards. So maybe finding something there with 21 in the backfield, moving him around similar to a LaCroix-type role where you can get him out in space and try to make something happen.
2nd and 8 here. 2nd and 7, actually. They gave him a gain of 3 on that play. And Lazinski bringing Madden McQuaid with him to the first down marker and through it. And Lazinski kind of stepping over McQuaid after the play, letting his presence be known. That's going to be another first down for Aberdeen Central.
Yeah, just got to find a way to make the tackle there. Credit to Lazinski for just fighting through there and making a play close to something there at the end, but with that step. But yeah, once again, Lazinski finding some plays there. He's got 4 catches for 28 yards. It's just drags and underneath stuff consistently to him these last couple drives.
Aberdeen working from the red zone, but whistles blow, flag flies at the snap of the ball. It might be a couple steps back for the Golden Eagles here.
Yeah, and now look, if you're Yankton, you kind of got to end this drive right here, right? 1st and 15. They're getting close. They're inside the 20 in the red zone there. You got to find a way now to shut this drive down here, especially with that penalty.
Remind me, I got a question to ask you during our next break.
Okay.
It's just something I've noticed, but, you know.
Yeah.
Off the record, we'll call it. 1st and 15 here for Aberdeen Central.
We call that an off-air production meeting.
People at home are going, what are he's going to talk about? It's nothing important, I promise.
We're going to make fun of our camera guy, Austin Cottle. He's sitting out there doing a great job. He's doing a great job.
He's doing great. 1st and 15, handoff. No, kept it for Byram. Read option. Doubles back left side to right side. Looking for space. Carson Crawl and Tegan LaCroix push him out of bounds. Back to about the original line of scrimmage here. They might give him actually a 5-yard gain. So, yes, back to the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage for 2nd and 10.
And a good job containing the edge there, but just similar to last play on the pass, you got to be able to wrap up and make the tackle, right? That should have been a 2-yard loss. Credit to Byram for making that a 5-yard gain, but if you're Yankton, you got to find a way to kill that right where you had it there in that backfield.
2nd and 10 from the 13-yard line here for Jace Byram and the Golden Eagles offense. 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Yankton leads 14-0 over Aberdeen. Byram will clap, take the snap, little low, play action, quick fire off the right side. Was bobbled but brought in by the Golden Eagles. A flag down on the field as well. We'll see who that is on as it's kind of away from the ball, but as it stands immediately, that's a pitch and catch to Aiden Hedricks.
Yeah, nice gain there. There was kind of a mass of bodies laying on the ground over by the screen. I wonder if you're going to get a hold or something, and Aberdeen is walking it back. I think you're going to get a hold out there on that screen.
And check that on that catch. It was Mason Hager, but like you said, it's not going to end up counting for Aberdeen.
Now you walk it back. It's going to be right in about a 2nd and call it 18 here, maybe 17. Once again, you just got to find a way to end this drive right here. If you're the Bucs, you can't let them get down inside the 10 there. Just got to find a way to end it.
Gotta get to the 3. You're at the 21, so that's perfect math on the 2nd and 18 here, Josh.
Don't ask me to count over 20, though.
Pressure for Byram. He's just going to let it go downfield. Intended for Hager, but over his head and out of play.
Yeah, and I don't know, Brayden, if it's design or what, but once again, another Yankton edge rusher really got through there on the left side untouched and immediately blew up that play for Aberdeen. Just Yankton doing a good job of getting on the edge there. They just haven't been able to finish some of those plays yet. If they can do that, really, they're gonna kind of shut down this Aberdeen offense completely. But once again, another edge rusher coming through untouched by the line until he gets to that running back in the backfield.
We haven't seen Aberdeen bring out a field goal unit yet today. As of right now, it would be a 38-yard attempt from where the ball is spotted. So they're going to try to get a couple more yards here for sure. Quick pass off the left side, brought in by Porzinski. And Lozinski, excuse me. I put his name together. Porter Lozinski gets to about the original line of scrimmage to bring up 4th and 10. And it looks like we might see a field goal unit here as they're switching people on and off.
Yeah, try to get something on the board right at this point. And Lozinski, they've found something once again, Brayden. He's got 5 catches for 36 yards. Really, he's been the offense passing-wise so far.
About a 30-yard attempt here for Aberdeen Central from the looks of it. Looks like Caden Forred on to kick. Snap is good. Hold us down. Forred's field goal attempt is up, and it splits the uprights. First score of the game for Aberdeen Central. They now trail 14-3 here on KYNT and KYN-TV. We're going to come back in 1 minute for your kickoff. Bucks on top by 11. The offense back on the field for Yankton when we return.
Hey, you just found a heck of a deal on a skid steer loader. You should check it out. You may find what you're looking for. Are you sure it's not a scam site? That price is just too good to be true. People are victimized every day making purchases from fraudulent websites that look like legitimate businesses. One of the telltale signs is checking their website registration. If it's recently created, the red flags should start popping up. If you have any questions, contact the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
When the community needs support, Mesaba shows up. Whether it's local schools, youth activities, community events, or organizations making a difference, we're proud to invest in the places and people that make this region strong. That same commitment extends to our employees. At Mesaba, you're not just joining a company, you're joining a team that cares about where we live, work, and raise our families. Built on community, powered by people. Apply today at mesabainc.com/careers.
7:53 to go in the first half of play. Aberdeen Central on the board for the first time tonight. 14-3 they trail after the 30-yard field goal from Caden Forrid. Two men back deep to return for Yankton on this kickoff. Miles Drotzman, who had an electric kickoff to start things off, or electric kickoff return to start things off. Tegan LaCroix back there as well. They boot it deep, high, end over end. It will be received by Drotzman about his 4-yard line. No bobble on this one. Trying to find space down the right side. Splits the gap. He's got a lot of space to run into again. This one might be 6. Miles Drotzman down the right sideline. Cuts back inside. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Miles Drotzman. Yankton with a kick return for 6. Back on the board go the Bucks.
We're going to have to figure out his average kick return yardage so far because, wow. Obviously, what a play there. He's got some serious speed, a weapon on special teams. What a play there. And you could kind of feel Aberdeen getting some momentum. Yankton needed that, able to take one to the house. What a play down the right side by Miles Drotzman for a touchdown.
Coast to coast, pillar to post. It's 97 yards on the kick return there. He received it at his own 3-yard line. And great blocking, but a great way to finish the play as well for Miles Drotzman. Yankton now leading 20-3, pending this extra point from Asher Knuckles. Snap is good, hold is down, kick is up, and kick is good. Knuckles puts them up 21-3. Just got back from break, and we're going right back thanks to that long kick return from Miles Drotzman. We're back in 1 minute. Yankton leads 21-3 here on KYNT, KYN-TV.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Whether you're getting close to retirement or already there, the goal isn't just a plan. It's helping you feel more informed and organized across your financial life. I'm Adam Boelter with North Rock. At North Rock, we take a personal office approach, helping coordinate investment strategy, tax planning, insurance, and estate consideration. It's not just about managing money. It's about helping you make decisions across everything that matters. If you're looking for a more connected, relationship-driven approach to your finances, let's start a conversation. Search Adam Boelter with North Rock or visit northrockvantage.com.
North Rock Partners LLC is an investment advisor registered with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Registration does not imply a certain level of skill or training.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Yankton now leads 21-3 after a long kick return from Miles Drotzman, coast to coast on the kick 6. Asher Knuckles now on to kick. He'll kick off right to left as you see it and hear it here on KYNT and KYN-TV.
You know, special teams really setting things up for Yankton. Obviously, that opener putting them inside the 10, and then obviously the kick return there as well. Special teams been big here for the Bucks today.
Received at their own 5-yard line for Aberdeen Central, trying to match the run. Fumble on the play, but it goes out of bounds. Didn't see who that was for the Bucks that ripped that ball away, but it went out of play. It will maintain possession for the Golden Eagles. Another tough situation there for Aberdeen that almost ended in the Bucks' favor.
Yeah, and another one right there, like you said, special teams has been big today for Yankton, and another one right there that almost ended in disaster for Aberdeen. And now we'll see if this offense, once again, they've been able to get a couple first downs these last few drives, able to get some points on the board last time out, too, with that field goal. they've found something there in Lazinski in the passing game. He's got 5 catches for Aberdeen. But once again, Brayden, I believe this is like the 4th pre-snap penalty here on a 1st and 10 situation for Aberdeen. And that'll kill you, or kill any offensive drive, really, right from the start.
Yeah, that'll back them up 5 yards. So from 1st and 10, their own 24, it's now 1st and 15 from their own 19. Do have a score update from our friends over at Cedar Catholic down in Hardington, Nebraska. Scott Auer can tell Tanner on the call for that one for KYN-TV. 26-0 at the last update. Cedar Catholic on top of Scotus Central Catholic as we're back live here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Throw over the middle, too tall, in and out of the hands. Big pop laid there as well. That's Henry Delforge, the freshman cornerback. And Henry is not built like a freshman, Josh. He's listed at 6'2", 180 as a freshman in high school. I can't wait to see how tall he gets.
I was going to say, neither of us are short guys. We're looking up at him, and he's just a freshman. So, it's one of those, a nice play there. And I know they're excited about him on this coaching staff, not just in the secondary, but what he looks like at the future, maybe at quarterback someday. And really good football player, and you can tell they put a lot of trust in him. You don't see a lot of freshmen see the field for a good Yankton Bucks team, and he's out there right now at corner.
Handoff up the gut, nowhere to go. 3 Bucks in there on the tackle. McQuaid got there first. That's going to bring up 3rd down, and I don't know if he got a gain on the play. That might bring 3rd and 15 still for Aberdeen Central. Actually walk it back a yard. It's 3rd and 16.
Yeah, Madden McQuaid blew that play right away. He just right up the middle, up the gap there. He's been great today. They've deployed him obviously against the run and in some pass rush situations as well. And I expect with the way this Yankton defense has looked so far, don't be surprised if they maybe send 5 here and try to put some pressure on Byram.
Byram takes the snap. It is a passing situation. They always send 4, but still get the pressure. Byram's able to sneak away. Looking on that left side. Now the secondary pressure comes. Byram gets away from that as well. He's taken off upfield past the line of scrimmage. Not much to go there. He gets thrown down. Forward progress at the 20. So gain of 2 on the play will bring up 4th and 14 for Aberdeen. I believe they just called out Madden McQuaid was in there on the tackle again.
I think Drotzman got in there too. I know I saw 15 in there as well. And several Bucks flying the football. Once again, probably could have 4 or 5 sacks in this game. Just 1 so far. Got to be able to wrap that up. But Yankton doing a good job getting off the field here. They're going to get the ball back with about 5.5 minutes with good field position. Really have a chance to kind of pull away here if they can get another score. We'll see what they can do now on offense. But defense putting Yankton in a good position once again here.
Yeah, the Bucks defense has to feel like Byram's covered in Crisco, as they just can't seem to be able to get a grip on him when they get in the backfield. That one dies short. Didn't get the roll the first punt did, Josh, as it's going to be right at the midfield stripe. It'll be 1st and 10 Yankton from the 50-yard line.
And now we'll see what Yankton can do. They've kind of stalled out here on offense these last few drives, but now once again in plus territory. We'll see if they can go add some points here. Still a lot of time to go here in this half, but with 5.5 minutes left, have a chance really to kind of pull away once again here if they can go down the field and score.
Say it was actually down at the Aberdeen Central 49, so another drive starting in Golden Eagles territory for Yankton. Kudera, shoulder fake. He's going deep again. One-on-one ball brought in down the sideline. Great pitch and catch there to Will Sager. Big gain on the play. Yankton knocking on the door of your Midwest Insurance Agency red zone.
Yeah, Sager there. You saw the double move, the pump fake with the shoulder there from Kudera, setting that up, and just a good ball right towards the sideline where only his guy could get it. Will Sager with a nice catch there of about 26 or so on the play. Nice job there by the Bucks to start the drive.
Handoff up the middle. It's Carson Crawl keeping the legs churning, but a trio of defenders bring him down after a short gain. They're going to give him 1 on the play. They bring up 2nd and 9. And yeah, Josh, the ball spotted here at the 22-yard line. So that was from the 49 to the 23, 26-yard
My math is
pitch
on
and
point.
catch. You're doing great.
I did say don't ask me to count past 20. Now we'll go 30. But yeah, looking back on that play, Brayden, Will Sager's got some speed. He's a pinch runner. Now LaCroix's taking off on a read option there. Nice play, Brayden, as I was saying. But Will Sager's got some speed. He was a pinch runner in baseball throughout the season there. But now that read option really taking off there for the Bucks.
And, we saw the speed there, but Will Sager was actually the read option man on that one. LaCroix does a read option again, this time with Miles Drotzman. Less effective on that one. Yankton is working from the Midwest Insurance Agency red zone, but only a gain of 2 on that one. So 2nd and 8 for Yankton from the 9-yard line.
Yeah, like you said, just not much there, but Yankton now once again threatening to score here and see what they can do. Really set up once again by that deep pass from Kudera to Sager. Now we'll see what they can do in the short field.
Kudera signaling something out wide left to Miles Drotzman. He'll take the chest-high snap. It's a slant route. Drotzman tipped up and knocked down. Great defensive play there. I believe that was number 3 I saw. Skylar Arts might have been number 4, but if it was 3, it was Arts who got a hand in there and almost picked that one off for the second interception of the day for the Aberdeen defense.
And a risky pass right there. Anytime you're throwing over the middle, it can be risky. That was just a slant pattern, and there were a lot of blue jerseys in that area. Kudera was kind of lucky that one didn't get picked.
Looking back at how they're lined up, Arts was the defender over the top. That was number 4, Isaac Torbert, who got his hand on it, the 5'10", 200-pound linebacker, senior for Aberdeen Central. Kudera has time to throw, looks right side, intercepted, just didn't see the defender there, and another pick. Back-to-back offensive drives for Yankton have ended in turnovers. They do lead 21-3, but it's not what Yankton wanted to see here early on.
Yeah, and the thing about that, Brayden, once again, if you're throwing into that traffic, and there's a lot over there when you have 3 receivers in that way, you kind of got to put a little bit of heat on it or you got to float it over. Kudera kind of put that one in the middle with not a lot on it and just kind of once again, just found another Aberdeen defender's hands there. They've got 2 picks on the night and needed that. If Yankton was able to capitalize and score, this game might have gotten out of control. Now, Aberdeen going to get the ball back. We'll see if they can go the length of the field here, get something going before halftime.
Kudera, 2 interceptions here on his debut at the varsity level. It is his first game as the starter. Just working out some things. Here's Byram stepping up in the pocket, now under pressure. Not going to get away this time. That's Carson Krall who gets in there on the sack, Josh. And a big loss on that one for Aberdeen. That was more of a coverage sack as nobody was open downfield. Byram had plenty of time at first.
Yeah, he did there. And then you look at that. Once again, Krall coming in from the second level and able to clear things up. And a big sack on that one. Lost about 7 yards on that play. And now once again, Aberdeen sitting in a second and long here trying to get something going. But they're in a spot you don't want to be in, obviously, here. Sitting at about their own 6.
Byram takes the snap from basically his own end zone. It's a handoff off the left side. Not a lot of running room there. Brought down at about the 8 or 9 yard line. So gets a few on the play. But 3rd and long here for Aberdeen.
Yeah, now at this, I mean, you could take the shot and try to get the first down, obviously, but I think this now is more about making sure your punter, who is also Byram, isn't in the back of his own end zone, right? When he's punting this ball off, you don't want anything like that. So we'll see what they choose to play this year. They can be aggressive and try to get it, but I think this is just about getting out of your own end zone here when you set up a punt situation. Now I say that, I've probably done the announcer's jinx for the Bucs defense, but we'll see as a man goes out left here, too, at the bottom of the screen here on the right.
Byram, belt high snap, under some pressure, starts to take off. He's still keeping his eyes downfield. Now he'll head downfield. He's trying to get to the sticks, does get to the line to gain. Might have got a first down there and a flag at the end of it as well. So extra yardage tacked on to the end of the run. Guarantees a 1st and 10 for Aberdeen.
Yeah, nice scramble by Byram there on that. Felt a little bit of a reactionary penalty, if you ask me, but I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at that. It looked close on the sideline there. I'm not sure, but either way, that's going to be a big gain after the hit out of bounds.
See what the official rules here. They're still talking about it a little bit, trying to figure out how much yards they're going to march off. And it is dead ball, personal foul. Hit out of bounds on Yankton, so that'll march off even more yards. 1st and 10 for Aberdeen Central. They're still moving forward, and they will put the ball down at the 37-yard line. So from your own 9 to your 37 after a good scramble and then yardage tacked on at the end of it, that's almost a 30-yard gain for Aberdeen.
Yeah, obviously a game-changing play there. And now, if you're Aberdeen, if you play this right, you can make this the last possession of the first half before you get that ball to start the second with Yankton getting it to start here. If you take your time right and play this, you can make this a 1-score game real fast. But we'll see if Aberdeen can capitalize there after getting second life with the scramble and then the penalty.
2:31 to go in this first half of play. Byram takes the snap, handoff up the middle. It looks like Apple on the carry, does not get anything on the play. Might have even been a loss there for Aberdeen Central. as he was pushed back. It was a loss, 2-yard loss as well. Great defensive push from Yankton.
Yeah, this interior of the Yankton defensive line, looking at it here with Austin Conway and Jake Boelter, Jamison Rogers as well. He's doing a good job really kind of closing off the gaps in that run game. You saw it right there where Apple just kind of stopped for a second there because he didn't really have anywhere to go.
Byram in the shotgun again, Apple on his right. It will be a pass situation here. Byram, quick fire out to the left side. Lazinski brought down. Gain to the 44-yard line here. So from the 36 to the 44, they'll give him a gain of 8 to bring up 3rd and 4.
And once again, with Lazinski, what they're doing, Brayden, is really two things. They're either sending him on a drag route or they're sending him almost on an out or an arrow there just to try to get him in space. And that one was that out and arrow there, setting up a 3rd and manageable. We'll see now if Aberdeen can capitalize. But, yeah, nice little pass there to set up a 3rd and short.
Byram under pressure in a hurry, fires out to the right side. It's Lazinski again. 1st down and run out of bounds. That'll stop the clock for out of bounds and moving the chains. But 1:15 to go. Aberdeen, I haven't felt the urgency on this drive yet, but I think crossing the 50, Josh, they're going to start ramping it up here.
And that's called taking advantage of the blitz there. If you look, Yankton blitzed off the right side of the line, and there was just no one over there in time to get to Lazinski. Good job by Byram, be able to just find the man in the flat and throw with pressure in his face.
1st and 10, Aberdeen Central from the Yankton 48-yard line. Byram trying to lead an end-of-half drive here for some points on the board. He's got some time, now forced to roll out to his left. He's being chased down by a couple defenders. Drotzman closing in as well, escorted out of bounds by Miles Drotzman.
Yeah, and a quick decision there, Brayden, recognizing nothing open, takes off, gets a few yards, most importantly, gets out of bounds, only working with 1 timeout here. Once again, burning 2 timeouts in that first quarter did Aberdeen, so they're kind of working and having to use those, use that sideline there, and a good job by Byram recognizing that and getting a few yards.
Byram taking his time here. Game clock not running after the ball goes out of bounds, obviously, so he's got time to operate. He'll take the snap. Drops back, couple men in his face, dumps it off to Lazinski over the middle. 1st down, not by much, but it will move the chains for Aberdeen Central here.
Yeah, it's similar idea to what I was talking about earlier with those drag routes. That time it's just a little in route where he's going about a yard or two up the field and then cutting in. Saw that right there, and Yankton's having a tough time adjusting to that. And another 1st down to Lazinski. Brayden, that's his, look at the numbers here, that's his 8th catch of the first half. He's got 58 yards on those catches, so doing a good job on those in routes as well as some out routes and arrow routes to pick up some nice yards there.
Chase Byram again sends Apple in motion, so it's an empty backfield. He's going deep, 1-on-1 ball left side, and wanted the receiver to go on a streak route. The receiver cut it back on a curl there, and just the miscommunication. That ball falls harmlessly to the turf. Wanted Skylar Arts on that one, who was 1-on-1 on the far side, 1-on-1 on the far side of the formation with Miles Drotzman.
Yeah, and Drotzman had pretty good coverage, but like you said, some kind of miscommunication there between receiver and quarterback. Obviously, receiver thinking it was a comeback or a curl, and Byram had a little bit different intentions in mind there, kind of going for it all, but setting up at 2nd and 10 here. Still plenty of time, but with 23 seconds, but still only 1 timeout in the back pocket here for the Golden Eagles.
Byram under pressure. Portillo trying to chase him down on the near sideline. Stepping up as well. Can't make the play. Jackson Reichen. Portillo forces him out of bounds. Del Forge in there as well. That's a couple of freshmen combining on that play. Just short of the line to gain as well. So that should bring up 3rd down now.
Yeah,
and
nice,
about 2.
Nice little 8-yard scamper there, but once again, 16 seconds. Clock starting to work against you. You do have a timeout in your back pocket. Probably time for 2 plays here if you want to try to get something out. And then you have that timeout where maybe you can use the middle of the field there and just try to set up your kicker, unless you can get a big play here on this one.
We have not seen much of the Yankton offense in this second quarter, Josh. 2 interceptions and a kick return for a touchdown. And here's a false start. Going to walk them back for Aberdeen Central. Another procedural penalty on the Golden Eagles. That'll make it 3rd and 7 with 15 seconds to go in the first half. Excuse me.
Yeah, once again, obviously, you're playing for field position here, trying to set up your field goal kicker in a good spot. That penalty won't help things, and now we'll see how Aberdeen can respond here. 3rd and 7. And obviously, towards the end of the half, you got to assume maybe if they don't get it here, they're probably going to go for it. But you're obviously trying to get enough yards to put some points on the board before the half. If you're Yankton, you want to keep everything underneath here. Don't want to let anything get past you defensively. Avoid those jump balls, those 50-50 balls as well. But Yeah, just keep everything in front of you, and you should be okay. A long field goal from here, but we'll see what Aberdeen can do.
Looks like the
long
referees
conversation,
referees are holding up the play here. I wonder what they're talking about.
Are they still discussing maybe the penalty yards, or maybe there was some kind of conversation happened down here with Aberdeen's coach and the official down on the short side at about the 40. Now we resume play. I think they were talking about, they did add a second on the clock here, went from 15 to 16, and I think that's maybe what the conversation is here.
Looking off the right side, intercepted, Jackson Ryken. A lot of green grass to run into. Ryken's got a lead blocker with him, Portillo. Ryken cuts back inside, 10-5, touchdown. What an end to the half for Yankton and Jackson Ryken. The pick 6 for the Bucks puts them back on the board again.
So can we set defensive player of the game in stone so far? Jackson Ryken, how about that? He's got a sack fumble on the first play of the half defensively for Yankton, and that one just kind of sits back, plays coverage, lets the ball come to him, and then takes it for a house call. Jackson Ryken making his impact felt here. What a big play for Yankton, really kind of flipping this game on its head just like that.
And we watched the replay back. Ryken was kind of guarding two guys on that right side, playing directly in between them, jumped the route on the throw to Apple, and no one back to get him. A pick 6 for Jackson Ryken. 27-3 your score as we are nearing the halftime break.
And, and that's something a few years ago, you hear Ryken pick 6. I don't know if that's something Yankton fans would like, but now they're smiling ear to ear with that one.
And the field goal, no good here, as I had to move out of the way to let the coaches out of the booth. Forgot that I blocked the door here.
We're blaming Topol and Beacom.
But there are 3 seconds left on the clock here. So we do have to put those back on. We'll get the kickoff and see where we go from there. But 27-3 your score after the no good on the extra point. We're going to keep it right here because we're about to go back to break for our halftime report after, I assume, this kickoff. But an interesting first half for Yankton. Offensively, you come out, you score on your first play of the game after a long kick return, and then some trouble spots on offense. You've had 2 interceptions both in this second quarter, but your defense and your special teams both getting on the board.
Yeah, you look at it. You talked about the kick return for a touchdown earlier in this quarter, as well as the one setting you up inside the 10 on the first play of the game. Defensively, you get the sack fumble from Ryken that sets you up in short field, and then the pick 6 right there from Ryken. So really special teams and defense kind of leading the day for Yankton. Not that they haven't been able to move the ball. It's just something where it's kind of really helped the Bucks so far and kind of set up and make the score look a little more crooked than maybe it really is, the way sometimes the offense has had some troubles moving.
27-3 your score on your SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab scoreboard, the go-to place for specialized wellness and therapy. Asher Knuckles to kick off here for what I presume will be the last play of the first half. Knuckles, and it basically works as a squib kick here, goes into the arm of an Aberdeen Central player. He takes a knee with, there was 1 second on the clock when he took a knee. We'll see if they put it back on for one play for Aberdeen Central. But the Golden Eagles are actually just running off the field. So I think that's going to do it for the first half. 27-3 your score after the opening 2 quarters here on KYNT and KYN-TV. When we come back, we will have your halftime report. Until then, he's Josh Boelter. I'm Brayden Butler. We're back in a couple minutes, 3 minutes here on KYNT and KYN-TV.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
In nearly every family's lineage, there's a tie to agriculture. It's a legacy reflected in how we raise our kids, help our neighbors, and respect what we have. Farmers Union Insurance was built on that legacy. And while our roots are in agriculture, our protection has grown to include home, auto, business, health, and life. Protect your legacy. Farmers Union Insurance.
Dreaming of becoming a registered nurse? At Mount Marty University, the Avera Nursing Advantage makes that dream real. Starting your junior year, you could receive $15,000 per year for 2 years, a total of $30,000 towards your Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree. And when you graduate, you'll launch your career with Avera Health. If you apply your sophomore year, you could lock in funding and job opportunities across a 5-state region. Learn more. Visit mountmarty.edu.
If you've been suffering from chronic pain or a recent injury, check us out, Lane, Reed, and Cole Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of treatments and techniques, including dry needling, cupping, chiropractic adjustments, and sports rehabilitation.
Our mission is to ensure an individualized and efficient treatment plan to get you back on your feet. From ankle sprains and sports injuries to neck pain and headaches, we've got your back.
Give us a call or book an appointment on our website. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy.
Located on Summit Street across from the high school.
At H&H Roofing, we're not a franchise. We're your neighbors. We are locally owned, family operated, and proud to serve our community with quality that lasts. When it's time to repair or replace your roof, choose the crew that knows the area and cares about every job. From the first shingle to the final cleanup, we get the job done right. Don't trust your home to just anyone. Trust your neighbors. Call H&H Roofing in Yankton today. We've got you covered.
Feeling drained isn't always about sleep or motivation. This is Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. When your body is stiff, tense, or moving poorly, everyday tasks can take more effort than they should. When spinal joints aren't moving well, other areas often compensate. Regular chiropractic care helps improve mobility and reduce tension patterns that keep your body on high alert. Start feeling better with a call to First Chiropractic Centers with offices in Yankton, Hardington, Tyndall, and Wagner, inspiring and empowering others to healthier living.
FM 1021 and AM 1450 KYNT Yankton.
Welcome back here on your halftime report, courtesy of Avera. Visit Avera.org today. We're going to kick things off right away with your stat recap, courtesy of Mayor Signs. They offer all types of signs, including interior and exterior signage, fleet wraps, digital signs, and more. Consider the possibilities today with Mayor Signs. They're on 4th and Broadway in Yankton. When you look at the score and then look at the total yardage, it doesn't read as a game that should be as out of hand as it is, Josh, but good plays on special teams and defense have led to touchdowns for Yankton. The Bucks lead 27-3, but they are getting outgained in total yardage, 107-87, in passing yardage, 53-51, and in rushing yards, 98-36. Every stat category outside of the score right now is being led by Aberdeen Central, but they find themselves down by 24 points.
You know, and that's what happens when you have 2 big kick returns and a pick six. That'll happen. I remember there was one game, looking on and just watching NFL, the Lions a few years ago won by like 50 points against the Titans. Their quarterback had 80 yards passing, right? It's just one of those games where Yankton has come out and taken advantage of what Aberdeen's given them both on special teams and defensively. We've seen them been able to adopt the pressure, a couple sacks here on the day as well. So this Yankton defense really kind of winning the day, in my opinion, outside of really being able to stop one guy in the pass, but haven't given up anything and forcing turnovers, won a pick six as well. His front seven in particular looking really good. So, yeah, the Yankton defense taking advantage of things.
Take a look at your replay camera, courtesy of Vision Care Associates. We'll look at the 4 touchdowns so far for Yankton to see how we got here and how we got to this point in a 27-3 scoreline for Yankton. It started right away, a long kick return, put the Bucks inside first and goal situation. It was the first offensive play of the game and the first of the varsity career for Jackson Kudera. Stepped up in the pocket, flipped it over the middle, found Jackson Reichen for 6. The next touchdown came a little differently, still a passing touchdown for Jackson Kudera, but this time out of the backfield comes Carson Kroll on the wheel route, and he's into the end zone for another score. Here's the kick return for a touchdown. It's Miles Drotzman who receives it between the 3 and 4 yard line. We'll give him 97 on the kick return, and he goes coast to coast, has a convoy of blockers in front of him. He's able to cut it back inside at the right time as well and just sprint away from everybody. At that point, made it 21-3, and then right at the end of the first half, Josh, Jackson Reichen, as we watch this again, was playing 2 receivers over there on that side of the field, and Reichen picked the right one, jumped the route. He cut it back inside. It was 2-on-1, 1 blocker to 2 defenders, and Reichen just able to get away from him. 27-3, your score at the halftime break. That was after a failed PAT for Yankton. 27-3, your score at the half. This is your halftime report, courtesy of Avera. We're going to go to break. When we come back in 3 minutes, We're going to take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard, scores around Class AA, and a few area scores as well, back in the southeast corner of South Dakota and the northeast corner of Nebraska. That's coming up in 3 minutes. This is your halftime report from Avera on KYNT, KYN-TV.
When the game is on the line, you need someone who can move the ball down the field. And for District 18, that someone is John Marquardt.
I'm John Marquardt, and I'm ready to take the field for District 18 in the South Dakota House of Representatives. I will tackle tax increases, huddle up with law enforcement, and make sure District 18 gets in the end zone.
In the November election, vote John Marquardt for District 18 State Representative, paid for by Friends of John Marquardt.
When it comes to Medicare, you deserve local, personal help, not a call center. I'm Jen Great with Missouri River Associates, right here in your community. I'll sit down with you, answer your questions, and help you find the coverage that fits your life. Call 665-6885 to schedule your free consultation. Missouri River Associates, your hometown Medicare resource.
Let me tell you what a good buyer's agent actually does. They don't just open doors and point out countertops. They ask you hard questions. What does your morning routine look like? How far do your kids ride the bus? What happens to this payment if interest rates move? A good agent protects you from the house that looks perfect but maybe isn't right. That's what the Move Group does. We slow down so you don't have to speed up. The Move Group. Visit themovegroup.com.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT and RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. Visit mtrcsmithinsurance.com.
You can do your own payroll and bookkeeping, but is that really the best use of your time? While you're tracking expenses and balancing spreadsheets, you could be growing your business or actually taking a weekend off. At H&R Block of Yankton, we handle payroll, bookkeeping, and taxes so you can focus on what really matters. Our team keeps your numbers accurate, your records organized, and your time yours again. Let us do the counting so you can do what matters most. Call locally owned H&R Block of Yankton today at 605-665-3366.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. It's your halftime report courtesy of Avera. And we're going to go to your out-of-town scoreboard here on the broadcast, courtesy of Top Notch Window Cleaners. Window cleaning for commercial or residential, like Top Notch Window Cleaning. Brighten your days. Josh, neither of my score feed apps are letting me in, so I am trusting you with the AA scores and a special matchup in AAA, a Sioux Falls Omaha game happening this week.
Yeah, we'll start about that. Like you said, the Sioux Falls Omaha series starting, and tonight it's number 2 Brandon Valley against Bellevue West. And at the half, Brandon Valley in a 3-0 lead there, kind of a dogfight, a defensive matchup down in Bellevue tonight. Looking at the rest of AA here this evening, T Area leads Huron 28-19. That's with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Douglas up 21-7 with about a minute left over Custer in the first half. At the half, Mitchell leads Brookings 21-7, and then Watertown up 12-0 on Spearfish at the half as well. Looking at 11A really quick for those wondering the Vermilion score, they're down 7-0 to Canton in the third quarter. So a couple local scores to keep an eye on there as we continue throughout the night.
Yeah, I do have a couple more local scores for you as my app finally decides to agree with me, Josh. As we take a look, Avon currently shutting out Burke in the third quarter, 42-0. Bonham's up big on Gregory, 47-6. That's at Gorilla Stadium. Gayville Volun trails Coleman Egan, and Coleman Egan is really impressive. That's at the half, 42-0. Coleman Egan leads. Irene Wakanda currently trails Alcester Hudson 27-0. And Scotland Menno in a bit of a rock fight with Trip Delmont Armor and Central Dakota Christian. Say that 5 times fast. 12-14 right now in Lake Andes for that one. I've been trying to get some updates from Northeast Nebraska, as well as a couple area teams in the Yankton sphere are playing right now, but the Nebraska score feed app doesn't want to work with me as well as the South Dakota one does. So if we have those scores, we'll get them to you eventually I just remember there's a place I can check on at least one of those scores, Josh. But we'll turn our attention to this game for now. Jackson Kudera, hot and cold in that first half. You got 2 touchdowns, but you also got 2 interceptions. We've seen some great throws, and we've seen a couple throws that I know he'll want to have back.
Yeah, it's something where I think just this offense as a whole kind of just has to find a rhythm in the second half, some consistency there. I mean, you look at only 87 total yards in that first half. Got to find something going, and that'll happen sometimes at the beginning of the season when, once again, really it's kind of new personnel really across the offense, new receivers, a new back who didn't see a lot of work last year, a new quarterback, and a new play caller. So they're going to have to find each other in that rhythm here, once again, as this game goes along and throughout the season. But so far, they've been able to lean on this defense that's forcing turnovers and a special teams, in particular, Miles Drotzman, who's made 2 big plays, including that kick return for a touchdown. So been able to lean on that, but I'd like to see this team find some consistency on the offensive side of the ball, some kind of rhythm as we continue throughout tonight.
This is your Avera halftime report. I do have one scoreboard update from Northeast Nebraska. Cedar Catholic out of Hardington. They lead Scotus Central Catholic 26-3 at the halftime break over there in Hardington, Nebraska. 27-3, your halftime score here. This halftime report courtesy of Avera. We're going to go to break for 3 minutes, come back. Got a new segment we're adding to the halftime report this year. We've talked up on multiple broadcasts, whether it's Yankton or Mount Marty, the pipeline the Lancers and the Bucks and Gazelles have created the last few years. Well, Mount Marty University gives us a chance to highlight some of those Yankton Lancers. We're going to talk about that when we come back in 3 minutes here on KYNT, KYN-TV.
If your eyes often feel dry, irritated, or just plain tired, you're not alone. At Vision Care, we offer advanced evaluation and dry eye treatment using Terra, a non-invasive technology that gives real-time video results so our doctors can show you the problem and design a treatment tailored specifically for you. Advanced technology, personalized care, better comfort for your eyes. Don't wait for relief. Come to Vision Care and get it.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
From sprains to fractures, getting the right care quickly makes all the difference. That's why we offer Yankton Medical Clinic orthopedic walk-in care, weekdays from 8 to 5. Walk in and be seen, no appointment needed. It's expert care, faster access, and a team that's part of your community. Because here, you're more than a patient, you're our neighbor. I'm Dr. Benjamin Lancaster, orthopedic surgeon with Yankton Medical Clinic. I'm proud to call Yankton home. We're your orthopedic team, and we're here for you.
Looking for the perfect pair of glasses? At Vision Care Associates, we've got you covered. Step into our showroom and discover our vast selection from timeless classics to the latest trends. With several styles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect match for your look. Experience personalized service and expert care, whether you need help finding the right frame or adjusting your new glasses for the perfect fit.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
If you're looking for value, there's no better place than Hy-Vee. Along with low prices, you'll find better quality meat, the freshest produce, specialty items, and natural and organic products. Because you shouldn't have to choose between quality and a good price. That's why Hy-Vee has thousands of low prices across the store, as low or lower than the discount stores. Come see for yourself and look for the price compare signs in store. Hy-Vee, saving looks better here.
In the heart of South Dakota, there's a name families trust, John Kopp of Kopp Building Innovations in Utica. Whether you're building your dream home, adding a new shop, or tackling that long overdue remodel, the Kopp crew delivers quality craftsmanship with a local touch. KBI is an authorized WIC builder, a Midwest company that understands your building needs. Built right, built local, built to last. For more information or to get a quote, visit koppbuildings.com.
At the Bar is Yankton's place to watch the game, any day. With TVs throughout, cold beverages to beat the heat, and a friendly atmosphere that feels like home. Whether you're meeting friends, catching up after work, or cheering on your team, you'll find good company and a seat waiting for you at the Bar. Open every day, you'll always find a familiar face, and there's always something worth watching. You can watch the game anywhere, but the real fans gather at the Bar in downtown Yankton.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. It's your Avera halftime report. It's time to highlight your Yankton Lancer of the broadcast, courtesy of Mount Marty University. As Mount Marty University continues to build a pipeline with Yankton High School, continue supporting your Bucks and Gazelles as they become Lancers at Mount Marty University. Pretty easy pick for the first football broadcast of the season for who your Yankton Lancer will be here for game number 1. And that is QB1 tomorrow afternoon for the Mount Marty Lancers. Rugby Riken, the 6'1", now senior quarterback, entering his 3rd year as the starter at the Mount. In his career, he's thrown for 4,064 yards, 43 touchdowns. He's ran for 5 more with 500 yards on the ground. And, as a now 3rd-year starter, very well experienced. And if you hear head coach John Micheletti talk earlier, if you heard head coach John Micheletti talk earlier this week at Quarterback Club, has really grown into the leadership role that they always wanted him to take over.
Yeah, and this is a sign I'm getting older. The first time I saw Rugby Riken play, it was as a junior, and it was at this field right here. So, or a junior for Yankton, I should say. So it's a sign that I'm getting older here. But yeah, an incredible football player, a 2-sport athlete at the next level, and excited to see what he can do tomorrow at home for a Mount Marty team that just continues to grow as a program and develop and the things they've been able to do. But yeah, excited to see him play tomorrow.
That's once again your Yankton Lancer, courtesy of Mount Marty University. Continue supporting your Bucks and Gazelles as they become Lancers at Mount Marty. Looking ahead to the second half of play here, Josh, I don't know how much that Yankton really needs to change going into the second half, considering their advantage right now, but they do want to cut down on those turnovers that did bite them in the second quarter.
Yeah, I do have word, though, that Coach Topol has said, hey, Drotz, get in the end zone that first one. Tell him to get it going. But, yeah, no, I mean, it's one of those things. You look at it here, just finding consistency on offense once again. Only 87 yards, cut the turnovers. They had a chance on a good drive to add more points, weren't able to capitalize on it. But once again, just finding consistency, finding a rhythm as you go here, develop something. Because, you got another big one next week with Pierre coming into town for the home opener. Obviously, they want that one. That could have major implications towards the end of the season. But, it's finding some kind of rhythm here in the second half.
We head to the third quarter of play in a couple minutes. We're going to take one final break here in your halftime report, courtesy of Avera. We're back in 90 seconds here from Aberdeen.
Life happens when the kids start driving. Suddenly, every errand feels like a high-stakes mission. Hi, I'm Whitney Devine with Midwest Insurance. With auto coverage from Midwest Insurance Agency in Yankton, you get peace of mind knowing your teen is protected every mile along the way. Travis and I help you choose the coverage that fits your family's needs and budget. Call us for an appointment because when life happens, we've got you covered. Midwest Insurance Agency, Yankton.
I love 1919 root beer, especially with the big scoop of vanilla ice cream. I like the new pony cans. They're just the right size.
Wait, they have 0 sugar now too?
Yep, 0 sugar 1919.
1919 root beer is still the creamiest, full-bodied draft root beer around. Brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients. And now you can enjoy classic 1919 or 0 sugar in 16-ounce cans or smaller 7.5-ounce pony cans. Alcohol-free, caffeine-free, and a taste tradition since, well, 1919.
The Boathouse is for everyone. They have axe throwing, sports simulators, skee ball, shuffleboard, and darts. Plus awesome drinks with lots of cold craft beers, seltzers, wines, and great non-alcoholic options. Try their burgers, pizza, wings, fish, chicken strips, and more. Check out trivia on Tuesdays, free axe throwing tournaments on Wednesdays, and live music on Fridays. Head to the Boathouse in downtown Yankton. Life is better at the Boathouse.
Welcome back here on KYNC and KYN-TV. Second half of action about to start here from Aberdeen. Yankton leads 27-3. It's a 24-point lead for the Yankton Bucks. Asher Knuckles will kick things off. Of course, Yankton started by receiving the opening kickoff here, and Miles Drotzman took it almost to the house. He later took one to the house in the second quarter, but we are underway here from Aberdeen for half number 2. The Golden Eagles trying to go left to right on the return. And Zane Portillo in there on a tackle amongst a herd of other Bucks as 2 guys fly in there late. And that was number 28, Nathan Bowman, checking in there late. The sophomore 5'8", 165, but came in like he was shot out of a cannon.
You know, and that's a chance for some of these depth guys and underclassmen to come in and make an impact is on special teams there. You make plays on special teams. Coaches notice those things, and Bowman did a good job there laying in and cleaning that one up. And now this Yankton defense obviously had a good half, but got to keep an eye on Porter Lazinski, Brayden. He had 8 catches for 58 yards there in that first half. It was a lot of in routes, drag routes, and some stuff out into the flats as well. So keep an eye on him as this half continues.
As we're getting going here, pass knocked away, incomplete. We'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Golden Eagles here.
And I thought Drotsman was maybe going to pick that one off, Brayden. He was close on that, but getting Byram there, the quarterback, rolling him out to the left to try to avoid some of that pressure. And like I said, Drotsman was waiting for it.
You know, I was looking at the sheet, and I got flashbacks to last year for a second on that kickoff, Josh. Nathan Bowman taking over the number 28. Hey, you remember last year on kickoffs, it was number 28 flying up and down the field a lot when Kylan O'Connor was on kickoff coverage. So something about that number just makes you fly down the field on kickoff. Here's a pass over the middle, a little too short there. Had a step on LaCroix, did Hager, but just an incomplete pass there brings up 3rd and 10, back-to-back incompletions to start things in the second half for Jace Byram.
And you can tell even there's not pressure. Byram, it's impacted him a little bit, kind of moving around back there, kind of always moving those feet around when he doesn't necessarily need to there. Had a clean-ish pocket on that one, just missed the throw. But you're talking about other impact players on special teams last year. How about Joel Remlitz-Hahn as well? Good football players there. Yankton prides himself on special teams, and we've seen that throughout the night as well. And obviously a great start for new special teams coordinator Alex Topol as things going well for his unit tonight.
As a lifelong special teamer, I always hype him up.
Big man pick!
Big man pick indeed. Picked off by the defensive lineman. Get in there, big man. It's a touchdown. A pick 6 for Yankton. I didn't even get the number.
Austin Conway. What a play.
Of course it's Austin
Pick
Conway.
6.
Let's watch it again. That's the most hyped I think I've ever been on a broadcast live. Oh my goodness, tipped up. Conway brings it in, fleet of foot. He's going to be the starting post for the Bucks basketball team in the winter, and he gets in there for 6. What a play. And as you called it, Josh, thick 6. That's fun.
I don't think, I've seen it obviously on TV. I don't think we've had that happen on a broadcast we've done. What a way to start the half. And how about that? One of the senior leaders on this team getting a pick 6 in Austin Conway. What a play. Touchdown, Yankton. Wow.
Different kicker on for an extra point here, Josh. J.L. Trujillo will step in, the junior kicker. His extra point is up, and it splits the uprights. It is good. I was so caught up in the thick 6, Josh. I didn't stop the clock on our scoreboard, so I'll have to get that fixed. But Yankton now leads in this one 34-3 after a pick 6 from Austin Conway. Forget it. We're watching it again in your Vision Care Associates replay here.
Play it 10 more times.
Knocked up. That was Madden McQuaid who tipped it. So you got to give the shout out to McQuaid here. And then stiff arm, rumble through the tackle, into the end zone for 6 for Austin Conway. What a play for Yankton. 34-3 your score. We're going to go to a quick break here before we come back for the kickoff. 30 seconds and we're back. Yankton leads 34-3.
Being wiser means making smart choices, especially when it comes to your home's comfort. Today's heating and cooling systems are advanced with technology designed to work smarter. Being wiser means choosing a company that understands today's technology and has the experience to back it up. For nearly 80 years, Kaiser Heating and Cooling has stayed ahead of the curve with the latest HVAC systems and tools while delivering the trusted service generations have relied on. So be the wiser and go with Kaiser. Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton.
J.L. Trujillo to kick off as well after his extra point was just good. We have now composed ourselves after the big man touchdown for Austin Conway. Trujillo drives this one, bounces at about the 15 into the hands of one of the return men back deep, trying to find space in the middle. He is wrapped up and brought down. Carter Saylor got there first, but a few more in on the tackle, including Hunter Chop. And it will bring up 1st and 10 for Aberdeen Central.
Yeah, and a late flag, too. There was a flag that flew all the way from about the 50 down to the 30. Here, we'll see what the call is, but that flag came flying in. See what the call is here. But how about that, Brayden? 2 pick 6 touchdowns for Yankton tonight, both from guys who are seeing a lot of reps on the defensive line here and rushing the quarterback here tonight.
Yeah, Jackson Reichen working as a on-off ball linebacker. He's doing a little bit of both as one of those 3-4 linebackers. It's a holding penalty against Aberdeen Central, so it'll back them up. But obviously Riken with the pick six and then the thick six, as we've called it. And I have made the decision, barring the greatest football play in history happening in the next quarter and a half, or the next
That's
2
the play of the
quarters,
game.
Josh. That is your move of the game, courtesy of Mason Schramm in the Move Group. Check social media tomorrow. It'll be out there.
Miles Drotzman's like, what do I have to
Miles Drotzman, do I got to go 100 yards?
do?
I'll
Do
it.
I have to return 3 more touchdowns?
It might be a co-move of the game.
Yeah.
We're back to live action here, though, on KYNT and KYN TV. Handoff off the right side. Not a lot of running room, but a gain of about 4 on the play. And we do apologize to headphone users on KYN TV. It was an exciting moment for us in the broadcast.
We do a clock stoppage. There is a player down.
Yeah, it looks like someone, they're trying to stretch him out. Don't have a number on it and who is down for Aberdeen Central, but looks like one of their offensive linemen potentially. No, it is one of their skill position players from the looks of it. But
And it looks like a cramp. Keep in mind, it's still warm outside and whatnot, so hopefully he's okay, but I think it's just a cramp, and hopefully we'll be able to get up and back in action soon. Do you have a number on that? I can't see.
I don't have one. No, I apologize. They're still stretching him out down there. It doesn't look like a severe thing, but, cramping up happens. That's why teams keep pickle juice on the sidelines.
I can't do it.
I can't drink pickle juice. My wife would love this. First, my wife of the year.
I was going to say, is that even I was still like, whoa, yeah, that's right.
You were my best man.
I know, but it's still something like, I don't hear you say it often. Usually like, yeah, Bree and I are going wherever, we're hanging out. So I'm still, it's not too often you refer to Bree to me as your wife. So I'm still getting used to that.
Well, Bree is my wife.
My wife.
And, as my I guess, application into being an elite wife guy, I love my wife. Shout out Bree. I know Bree's listening right now.
Yeah. Hi, Bree.
There we go. Player's still down on the field, and they're still stretching him out. So I wonder, this might be more serious than we originally thought. So do apologize here. I think we're gonna go to a quick break and as they check on him. So we're gonna take a quick break here, just 30 seconds, and we'll come back here on KYNT and KYN TV.
Summer's coming to an end. Time to start looking for a warm trip this winter. Things I need to keep in mind before I book. I need to check the reviews. I need to look at their cancellation policies. Does it make any sense to purchase travel insurance for this trip? I also need to keep my receipts and communication with my travel confirmations. And lastly, I need to make sure that I'm on a true travel website before I book. If you have any questions, contact the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Player is back to his feet. Got the call from our cameraman just outside the booth. That's Ben Jorgensen, the senior offensive lineman. I was right initially when I said it was offensive line. He's walking off under his own power. They're just stretching him out for a while. And he's still limping on that right leg, obviously. Tightness and calf cramps, they can't feel good. Jorgensen, a big body on the O-line, 6'1", 295. That's going to be a tough frame to replace. And on offensive line that has been doing pretty decent in the running game today, creating holes for their running backs.
Yeah, running the football, Aberdeen's been relatively effective here. Looking at Apple's numbers today, he's got 25 yards rushing. Byram's also been doing a good job scrambling the ball. They've got about 60 yards rushing as a team. Just now they're at the point of the game where running the football might not be an option too much longer, being down 32 here.
Well, they go to that option
31.
here off the left side. And 31, that's the first math slip of the game. You've been on point so far.
I've been really good so far, yeah.
I think that ends up being a gain of nothing, maybe even a loss on the play. Going to bring up third down. It's Austin Conway who's in there on the tackle.
Yeah, I think they're going to say he lost a yard on that play. And now this Yankton defense, once again, just shutting things down and looking to get another stop here.
Had the light on in the booth for a moment, but it was creating a glare on my window as I'm looking through. So we'll turn that back off and try our best. Byram takes the low snap, almost has to pick it up off the turf. Fires left side, first down, and a lot more for Aberdeen Central there. Big play pass for Aberdeen Central, 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles. That's number 88. That's Ben Weishar, the junior tight end, 6'4", 200 pounds. Might be the tallest player on the roster right now. Looks like there's one other guy listed at 6'4".
and that is the first Aberdeen pass that has gone for positive yardage that isn't to Lazinski so far here today. So Aberdeen finding something there, like you said, to Weishar, see if that can start some momentum. And still a lot of time left, not out of reach yet, but got to get something going, obviously, offensively on this drive.
Handoff off the right side. Not a lot of running room there. In there first is number 0, Ivan Hirschman. And that was that was Apple on the carry. Lazinski was near the play as well. Those two have kind of been the focal points of the offense. 9 times out of 10, you call one of their names, they probably got the ball in their hands.
Yeah, just a nice play there by Hirschman. Clean tackle. That's how you want to do it, textbook, and sending Aberdeen back a couple yards.
2nd and 12, a loss of 2 on the TFL from Hirschman. 34-3 your score. Yankton leads Aberdeen here in the third quarter. Low ball, but picked up. Handoff, Apple up the middle. Hirschman in on the tackle again, along with Madden McQuaid, but this is a positive gain. About 6 or 7 yards on the play for Apple.
I'm doing the thing.
Stop it. The kids don't even think it's funny anymore.
Oh, come on, kids. It's funny to me now, so now you have to deal with it. Now the kids know how we felt like a few months ago.
Bring up my wife again. Bree's a teacher.
Yeah.
It's so last
It's
year.
out.
It's
It's
so
out.
last year.
I think Mindy at the office said the same thing. Her son Trevor said the same thing too. But
it's so 2025. It's like, it's not so anything. You're 11, but whatever.
How about Apple on that last play? He made a nice cut down the right side, by the way.
Oh, yeah, football. And here's a quick fire pass on the right side, just out of reach for Hager. It would have been right at the sticks. I don't know if they would have given him the first down, but it makes it 4th down now for Aberdeen Central and the punt unit coming onto the field. Byram back to punt. And anytime your quarterback's your punter, Josh, it can lead to the potential for trickery. We might see something interesting here with a 31-point game. Aberdeen needs to show some signs of life, but on the flip side, you turn the ball over here, you're giving Yankton a short field to potentially start the running clock.
Right, and and that's something where you do have it in your back pocket. I don't think they'll go for it here, as they're punting it away, but something to keep an eye on really throughout the night.
Another good bounce on the punt from Byram here is going to roll inside the 25 down to, I'd say right at the 25 here. So 1st and 10 Yankton from their own 25-yard line here. 8:16 to go in the third quarter. And it will be 1st and 10 for Jackson Kudera. And he probably wants to wash the taste out of his mouth for the last 2 possessions for Yankton, both ending in interceptions for Kudera.
Yeah, a couple bad picks there, just not putting enough on it. And both of them have kind of been into traffic. Well, one was a jump ball down the field, and the other kind of short in a cluttered area. In the red zone there inside the 10. So just got to be careful with the football. I'd like to see them come out and run it here a little bit, try to get something going there. Yankton only ran the ball 10 times in that first half.
Well, it'll make it 11 as a handoff up the gut to Carson Crawl. He is met about 4 yards past the line of scrimmage, makes it 2nd and 6 for Yankton. A strong run there from Crawl.
Yeah, and that's all right. You'll take that every single time, right? I think everybody that's 40-plus just stood up and said yes as you see a 4-yard run, right? 4 yards, play, get you first downs, can get you down the field. So nice little drive starter, get the run up the middle.
7:50 and counting to go in this third quarter. Yankton leads 34-3. Kudera in the pistol. Another handoff up the gut to Crawl again. Won't be 4 yards, but they might give him 3 here. And they will give him 3. So 4-yard gain and a 3-yard gain make it 3rd and 3 for Carson Crawl and the Yankton Bucks offense. We'll see if they make it 3 for 3 on giving the ball to Crawl.
And effectively the same play, right? Back to back. It's kind of an option thing there. But I wonder if the option's almost, you're seeing LaCroix come across the middle there and kind of settling in. I wonder if there's like a bubble option on that right side. We'll have to see if that's something that develops throughout the year. But very similar play calls. Now Tegan LaCroix is going to take the snap on this one.
And Matt McQuaid's in the backfield with him. And McQuaid, they said he's dropped weight so he can move a little faster. We'll see if they use him as a running back here or a lead blocker. And it will be a pitch option out to McQuaid, but they snuff that out quick, fast, and in a hurry. Owen Ward gets the tackle for Aberdeen Central, but Josh, there was no option there for either quarterback or pitchman.
Yeah, and McQuaid's a good athlete, but I think his strengths as a runner is getting him going downhill. Doing that on a pitch option is kind of a little more difficult. It's inspired play calling, and I think it can work. It's just kind of a little tougher, and you kind of need it, or execution on that to be perfect for it to work, and it didn't there. And now Yankton's going to punt this football back to Aberdeen.
3 and out for Yankton here. I think first 3 and out of the game for the Bucks. They've had a couple turnovers, but 2 scoring drives as well. A couple touchdown passes from Jackson Kudera. And Kudera will be the punter here on 4th and 6.
Oh, got a whistle. Coach Muth is walking far on the field. I think we're going to get a timeout here for the Bucks.
Yeah, timeout taken on the field. We'll take it with them. It's courtesy of Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Be wiser, go with Kaiser. It's Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. We're back in 30 seconds here on KYNT and KYN TV. Yankton leads 34-3.
Where will your next adventure take you? Whether you're upgrading your daily drive or gearing up for weekend escapes, Explorers Credit Union can help you get there for less. Receive a 1.5% discount off your qualifying rate for 2021 or newer auto or pickup loans, with rates as low as 2.49% APR. Enjoy flexible terms, local lending decisions, and service you can count on every mile of the journey. The trail starts here. Visit explorerscu.com and get pre-approved before September 30th, 2026.
Punt unit already back out on the field for Yankton. Aberdeen Central sending the return unit out now. That timeout courtesy of Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Be wiser, go with Kaiser. It's Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. 34-3, Yankton dominant so far, but shaky the last couple times the offense has touched the ball. A few interceptions and a low snap there. Kudera under duress, and now they're going to say just a crazy play where Kudera's down the left sideline. He's got a first down. Honestly, I got lost up in the moment, Josh, with Jackson Kudera turning another play into chicken salad for Yankton.
Yeah, just picking that one up and scramble. That's, one of the positives of having your quarterback as a punter. You have an athlete back there. He's able to pick it up and scramble, and just like that, Yankton's got a first down. I'm sure Coach Topol will tell us that play was by design if you talk to him after the game. But, one of those, another special teams play making an impact for the Bucks. Could have been a disaster, but ended up working out really well, obviously.
It was one of those moments, Josh, where I get caught in awe as a broadcaster and then forget the words I'm trying to say. Yeah. I was trying to say fire drill for Kudera, and just everything fell apart at that point, but did not fall apart for Jackson Kudera. It's 1st and 10 for Yankton. He rolls out to his right, has some time on the rollout. Now he's turning upfield, lets it go to Tegan LaCroix. Gain of about 5, maybe even 6 on that play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4 or 5.
And I liked that play there from Kudera. He took his time, tried to see if there's anything developing down the field. He knew he had LaCroix underneath if he needed it. Waited an extra second, see if he had some, checks it down, gets a nice little 5-yard gain there on first down.
Makes it 2nd and 5, Yankton here. Kudera in the shotgun, Crawl in the backfield with him. Drotzman split out wide near side of the formation. They're going to bring Ivan Hirschman in motion as well. It's window dressing for a handoff. Carson Crawl up the middle, spun down at the midfield stripe. 1 yard to go if they want a first down. Gain of 4 on that run for Crawl.
Yeah, and I think he's been running the ball well in his attempts. Just 8 carries so far here tonight. 30 yards, just a shade under 4 a carry, but a nice little run there. Sets up a 3rd and short. Now we'll see how Yankton wants to do this here on 3rd and short. Probably is presumably running the football, but see how they draw this up. I know they've gone to LaCroix at quarterback in these situations, but he's lining up out wide here.
It will be Kudera in the pistol. Crawl the deep back. 13 on the play clock. Still plenty of time to move. And they bring a man in motion right to left. It is LaCroix. Across the face of the quarterback. It's window dressing for a handoff to Carson Crawl. Up the middle. Met at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. Crawl is pushed back. He's never knocked down, but great push for Aberdeen Central there. Got back to the line of scrimmage at best.
But did he get back up again?
I get knocked down. I get up again.
Yeah, good play there by Aberdeen. Obviously, Yankton 3rd and short there, looking to get that first down, and Aberdeen just winning the battle up front and giving their offense another chance, though. Although time's running out, Brayden. Just 4 minutes left in this 3rd quarter, down 31. Got to find something here.
And almost works as another 3 and out after the broken play on the punt a few moments ago. Ends up in a first down for Yankton. They can't get another first down after that. Kudera back to kick. Snap is a little high there and bobbled again by Kudera. We'll see if he can make magic happen again. He lets it go downfield. He was just throwing it away. And honestly, best case scenario there for Jackson Kudera. That goes as an incomplete pass. So it is a turnover on downs for Yankton, but it'll be 1st and 10 at the Yankton 49 for Aberdeen. Kudera goes down with a sack. It's 1st and 10 at the Yankton 35.
And something Yankton, a rare thing they're going to have to work on special teams going into next week. We've seen a couple wild snaps and situations where things have just gone wild. Fans are booing on where the field position is, but that is the right call there based on where it was at the line of scrimmage. Now we'll see once again, even still with good field position at the Yankton 49, if Aberdeen can do something with the football.
It'll be Byram in the shotgun here, running back on his left hip pocket. Snap taken, handoff off the right side. It's Apple. He's got a lot of space, good blocks in front of him. First down and a little bit more. Gain of about 14 on that play. Check that. They'll give him 13 down to the 30. No, they didn't give him to the 35. 14-yard run for Apple on that one. And, well, now they're right where they would have been if Kudera had been tackled on that play instead of throwing it out of bounds.
Well, there you go. It balances out. Just a little bit of a run, bounce it outside on a sweep play there, and pick up a nice gain.
First and 10, Aberdeen Central from the Yankton 35-yard line. They find themselves down 31 here in the third quarter. They got to score a lot, and they got to score fast. Apple off the left side, gain of 1, maybe 2. They'll stop him at 1. Second and 9 now for Aberdeen.
Right, you got to try to get some kind of score here before the end of the quarter, as there is a buck down on the field.
Yeah, I don't see who that is initially, but looks like another cramp here. Injury timeout. Timeouts and breaks in the action are courtesy of Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Be the wiser. Go with Kaiser. That's Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. While they stretch him out, we're going to take a quick break here on KYNT and KYN TV. We're back in 30 seconds. Yankton leads 34-3. Back in 30.
There's a difference when a convenience store is locally owned, and you feel it the moment you stop at Triple Time Rudy's. You'll get great quality fuel to keep you on the move, plus local and regional favorites like Dimmick Cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner Lockers. It's the kind of place that's convenient and connected to your community. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway, Triple Time Rudy's, fueling your day, fueling your community.
There's Madden McQuaid. My bad. Madden McQuaid is the guy down for Yankton. He's back up to his feet. There's another player getting stretched out for a moment for Yankton. It looks like another cramp being the issue there. That is the case. Some of these early season games, you see guys cramping up a little bit in the later stages. It's the first time with full live action.
Once again here now, Aberdeen find a little bit of momentum. A couple plays before that break, had a nice little run on the outside down the right sideline. We'll see if they can get it going. Choosing to run the ball here early on this drive. Running out of time, though, down 31. Got to find a way to get the offense moving.
Second and 9, and Madden McQuaid not going to be on the field for at least this play, so we'll see what happens here.
And once again, this is something we talked about, Brayden, is pressure kind of gets up the middle.
Screen pass here, finds Apple, and he's got blockers in front of him. First down a little more, cutting it out to the right side. Stiff arm to Del Forge. Apple into the end zone, powering in for the first score of the game. First touchdown of the game, excuse me, for Aberdeen Central. We'll take a look at it momentarily here on your Vision Care Associates replay, but the Golden Eagles, their first touchdown of 2026 belongs to Apple.
Yeah, and a screenplay there. And, you know, this is something I was trying to bring it up, and I don't want to bring it up to try to take away from the touchdown. But once again, you're seeing officials move their arms. The clock is not running in between plays when they're signaling it. So that's something that's going to have to get figured out here as this game continues on. But nice play by Aberdeen. You get the screen pass in on a big play for a touchdown. Like I said, you want to get those points before the end of this quarter to try to make it a 3-score game before you get to the fourth. They've done that. Now we'll see what Aberdeen can do as they get this game a little bit closer.
They're going for a 2-point conversion as well as my roster blows away on me, and looks like a timeout going to be taken here. Timeout, Aberdeen Central. Timeouts courtesy of Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Be the wiser and go with Kaiser. It gives us a chance to look at that touchdown for Aberdeen Central on your Vision Care Associates replay and just using the Yankton pressure to their advantage. You see all the linemen get through. They're left open for a reason, and Apple on the screen pass, and this is just great running from him after the play. Could have been brought down near the 20, throws the stiff arm, breaks a couple arm tackles, and powers his way in for 6. That is some fantastic running, a well-designed play, and the first touchdown of the season for Peyton Apple.
Yeah, just like you said, well-designed play. Get the screen to work there. Had to find something. You get some momentum. Now you're down 3 scores again. Extra point pending, of course. See what they can do here and try to make it happen. But that's a start for Aberdeen now. They got to be able to capitalize it. They've done so on defense, and then they get that touchdown. Long conversation here. I don't know if I would have, even if it results in a penalty, been calling a timeout on an extra point at this stage of the game when you're down 3 scores. But either way, they obviously saw something they didn't like there. And I wonder if they're going to try to go for 2 here maybe. I don't I don't know if I agree with that decision simply based on if you get this to 34-10, you're down 3 scores, right? If you don't get this, you're down 4 scores still. So I think I understand the logic of going for it, but at the same time, I think the safer play is the extra point here.
We'll see if they can convert it. It looks like a triple option here. They get blockers out in front and ends up going well for Aberdeen Central as Jace Byram dives into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. It is now 34-11. Yankton leads Aberdeen here on KYNT and KYN TV. We're going to go to break, come back in 1 minute, and we'll have your kickoff here from Aberdeen. 34-11, your score. Back in 1 minute.
At Masada, we believe in giving back to the communities that have helped us grow. That's why we're proud to support local schools, youth programs, community events, and organizations throughout the region. We don't just work here, we live here, raise our families here, and invest here. Be part of something bigger, built on community, powered by people. Apply today at masadainc.com/careers.
Masada Manufacturing, unlock your future and rock with us.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
3 minutes to play here in the third quarter of action. Yankton leads Aberdeen 34-11. As the 2-point conversion was good.
Keep an eye on an onside here, maybe, Brayden. Something to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, they're definitely lined up for something here, trying to get this ball back. And it is a pooch kick. It's going to be brought in by Miles Drossman at about the 16-yard line, maybe the 17-yard line. He's trying to find space down that right sideline. One of his shorter kick returns of the day as he is pushed back at about the 42, 43-yard line. Still a good kick return, but with how he's been playing today, one of his shorter ones.
Yeah, one of his shorter ones, considering he had one that's taken down to the 10 and another for a touchdown. He's been incredible today on special teams. And even that one, still putting Yankton about the 40-yard line. We'll see if they can capitalize on it. The offense not really getting anything going here in this second half. Trying to find some momentum here and put some points on the board.
First and 10 for Jackson Kudera in the Yankton offense. After a couple touchdowns early on, this offense has been stymied. A couple interceptions, and it was a 3-and-out last time they had the ball. But a botched punt ended up working well for Yankton. They got a first down, and then 3 more plays, and it was over for them. Kudera fires quick, finds Tegan LaCroix, trying to get the ball in his hands as many times as possible, down to the 46-yard line. So a gain of 6 on the play brings up 2nd and 4.
Yeah, nice little short pass there once again. Get the drive going. Kudera, an easy completion. And I think if you're going to continue to throw the ball, that's what you need to do with him, is give him some easy completions, easy reads, move the ball forward. Now there's an Aberdeen player down looking at the program. It is Micah Bruns.
And Bruns had a couple big plays earlier on the defensive side. So him going down, not good for Aberdeen Central as they bring the trainers out to check on him. And looks like more than just a cramp. So we're going to take a minute break here on KYNT and KYN TV. Yankton leads 34-11. We're back in 1 minute from Aberdeen.
Life doesn't slow down for injuries, and neither should your care. With Yankton Medical Clinic Orthopedic Walk-In Care, you can be seen quickly, Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. No referrals, no long waits, just experienced, highly trained surgeons ready to help you heal and get back to what you love. And because we live right here in Yankton, your care stays close to home. I'm Dr. Jeremy Kudera, orthopedic surgeon with Yankton Medical Clinic. I'm proud to call Yankton home. We're your orthopedic team, and we're here for you.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Sunglasses are an important necessity to protect your eyes, reduce strain, and minimize the glare of the sun's bright light. They also prevent the risk of eye diseases. At Vision Care, we help you find the right lens type and a stylish sunglass frame that fits your face so that they're comfortable.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
live action, quick, fast, and in a hurry. It's a swing pass out to LaCroix off the left side, right at the line to gain. We'll see if they give him the spot to move the sticks. It looks like they're going to mark him a yard short down to the 49-yard line, and that'll bring up third down here for Yankton.
They're trying to get him in space. He's got, looking at it today, 5 catches for 37 yards. Does Tegan LaCroix, using him in a bunch of different ways. That one just in motion, kind of in a bubble situation out there in the flat. Now, third and short here. We saw Yankton get stuffed on a similar situation last time out. Obviously looking for a different result here on third down. 2-back set in the gun here.
LaCroix on the left, Crawl on the right, the quarterback Kudera. It's going to be a handoff to Tegan LaCroix off the right side, trying the sweep play. Doesn't get much, but gets enough. Should move the chains for Yankton. Needed 1, got about 1.5 for Tegan LaCroix.
Yeah, just keep the drive moving there. You get the first down. There is a buck down as well in the field, but Yankton able to move the chains for now.
We've been seeing it more and more. It is the first game of the season. You know, these guys, they train hard in the offseason, obviously through fall camp and everything else. But once you're in a game situation, the body doesn't always like to be out there on the football field, especially given the conditions we have in front of us. It is another cramp. I don't see who it is down on the field for Yankton, but we're going to stay right here for now. As 34-11 is your score, and they do get him stretched out, and that is Tegan LaCroix who was getting stretched out on the field. So your chess piece, if you're head coach Brady Muth, your versatile weapon, going to need to step out for probably a couple plays here as they try to loosen up that right leg.
And so much of what Yankton does is through him. Once again, whether it's the read option with him at quarterback or you're moving him in motion, bubble screens, things like that. A lot of what Yankton wants to do is through him. It doesn't look like it's anything serious, but we'll see how this Yankton offense reacts to him not being on the field.
Kudera starts to roll to his left, steps up in the pocket. He'll take off. First scramble of the night for Jackson Kudera. He's down at about the 44-yard line, so they'll give him a gain of 6 on that one, brings up 2nd and 4.
Good decision by him. That rollout pass for the Yankton offense has kind of been a bread and butter, a staple for years. And Kudera didn't see anything and immediately took off and got a nice gain on that play.
2nd and 4 for Yankton. And the other times we've seen Kudera step up like that on plays, he's gotten to about the line of scrimmage and let it go downfield. That's the first time we've seen him take off and run. He is a great athlete, but in talks with the coaches, not as inclined to scramble. Likes to throw the ball around and finds Ivan Hirschman here on a swing route. Not a lot of space to go after it, but Hirschman turns a 2-yard loss into a no-yard gain by fighting forward. It'll be 3rd and 4 now for Yankton.
Well, and I think we answered the question of who's going to take over that role if LaCroix's out. It's Ivan Hirschman. Very similar thing of what you're going to see him do with LaCroix, move him in motion and kind of throw it out in the flat there on a swing pattern. That's what Yankton did right there, but not much on that one.
We've been highlighting freshmen who have been on the field every now and then, Josh. Keep an eye on number 84. He's kind of lined up in the slot on the right now. That's Jax Gaussy, 6'1", 195 for the freshman. A lot of big freshmen on this Yankton team.
Yeah, and he also got a sophomore in the backfield. As you're going to get a false start here on the right guard. Kane Steinberg on that play moved a little bit.
That sophomore in the backfield you talked about, Carter Saylor, 5'7", 145 for the wide receiver. But a loss on that one because of the flag makes it from 3rd and 4 to 3rd and 9. Much less manageable. Much less fun to manage, we'll say.
But if you can get a decent amount of yards here with where they're at in the field, you got to think Yankton would consider going for it.
They're rolling the clock with under 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter. We'll see if Yankton just takes it to the fourth quarter break. And judging by the body language, we're going to get just that.
I think that's the right call here. Take it to the fourth, reset the deck, going up 23 into the last frame.
After 3, Yankton leads 34-11 on your SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab scoreboard. We're back in 1 minute with the final quarter of play here in Aberdeen.
Whether you're getting close to retirement or already there, the goal isn't just a plan. It's helping you feel more informed and organized across your financial life. I'm Adam Boelter with North Rock. At North Rock, we take a personal office approach, helping coordinate investment strategy, tax planning, insurance, and estate consideration. It's not just about managing money. It's about helping you make decisions across everything that matters. If you're looking for a more connected, relationship-driven approach to your finances, let's start a conversation. Search Adam Boelter with North Rock or visit northrockvantage.com.
North Rock Partners, LLC is an investment advisor registered with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Registration does not apply a certain level of skill or training.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce. Because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN TV. Let's start your fourth quarter of play. 3rd and 9 for Yankton. Still in the baseball mindset. I keep wanting to say post 12 after that. Yankton Bucks. It's number 12 at the quarterback spot, and Kudera's looking to let it go deep. Here's Jack Scousey. Brings it in. 5. Touchdown. Yankton. The freshman on the board. A deep bomb down the seam, and that's a touchdown for the Bucks.
Oh, baby. You know, you talked to Kudera in the pregame, and he had a lot of confidence in his deep ball. You saw why right there. Put it right in the hands of Gowsey there for the touchdown. Talked about a freshman making plays right there. Yankton putting one on the board here late. Kind of, you got to assume, Brayden, effectively putting ice on this one here as now Yankton up 4 scores once again here in the 4th.
Able to see it again in your Vision Care Associates replay. That's the 6'1", 195-pound freshman making a big play there for Yankton. And Kudera, you got to love the confidence to still throw the deep ball even after some struggles since the opening quarter. 4th quarter starts with a bang for Yankton and their quarterback, Jackson Kudera. JL Trujillo to kick the extra point. Kick is up, and kick is good. 41-11 your score. Yankton leads by 30. 11:50 to go in this quarter. We're going to come back in 1 minute. That scoring drive courtesy of Core Trust Bank here on KYNT and KYN TV.
In nearly every family's lineage, there's a tie to agriculture. It's a legacy reflected in how we raise our kids, help our neighbors, and respect what we have. Farmers Union Insurance was built on that legacy. And while our roots are in agriculture, our protection has grown to include home, auto, business, health, and life. Protect your legacy. Farmers Union Insurance.
Have a craving for wings or delicious burgers or pivo fries? Come sink your teeth into the mouth-watering burgers and wings at Checkers Sports Bar and Grill in Yankton. With a menu that's flavor frenzy, there's something for every fan. Grab your friends, bring your family, and head down to Checkers. Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is Yankton's favorite spot for food, friends, and sports. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Your game days belong at Checkers.
Got some time. Quick, let's take a look at your Vision Care Associates replay one more time. Jack Scousey takes center stage, young man. The freshman just finds his way down the seam, gets behind the defense, and he was in for 6. That was right before we went to break here on KYNT and KYN TV. That made it 40-11. The extra point from J.O. Trujillo made it 41-11 for Yankton. Trujillo now to kick off for the Bucks. And Trujillo, kind of a stutter step there. We see that sometimes with run-ups and penalty kicks in soccer, and it's a short pooch kick that ends up getting away from the kick returner, but he's able to pick it up well, get down the right sideline, and get out to about the 32, 33-yard line. On the kick return there for Aberdeen Central was Caden Forred, and Forred, he kicks off, and he does kick returns for Aberdeen Central as well.
Yeah, and that was a pretty good kick, I thought, there from Trujillo. Kind of just stopped at about the 12 or so, and had to adjust a good kick return there to get it to about the 33-yard line. And now we'll see what Aberdeen can do with the football. But going back to offense there, Yankton finding the big play they really kind of lacked for most of the night there as Kudera was able to complete a big one.
When I talked to head coach Brady Muth last week for the coaches show for Huddling with the Herd, I'll finish the story after 1st and 10 as Byram claps and takes the snap. He's looking right under some pressure. Lets it go downfield, trying to answer too far on that one, just out of reach of the intended target. But last week on Huddling with the Herd, when I talked to head coach Brady Muth, which go back and watch that, listen to that on YouTube if you want, he talked about new offensive coordinator TJ Beacom. And when Beacom was at Vermilion, they played against each other. Yankton and Vermilion did. And Coach Muth was basically in awe of the passing concepts and the passing game that Beacom was able to put together. There's a reason Muth wanted to add him to his staff as a passing games coordinator in the last couple of years and now taking over as the OC.
Yeah, and we've seen it the last couple of years. Look at the big numbers Tate Bestie put up last year. Well, him and Coach Huber, Terry Huber, and Brady Muth put that offense together. But, yeah, looking at it here, you saw why on that last play. A big completion, once again, there to Gowsey for a touchdown. You see it there. When this offense clicks and when it's working right with the passing game, it can be really dynamic.
They're going to give a gain of 6 on that play. Brings up 3rd and 4, excuse me.
And you assume at this point of the game it might be 4-down territory no matter what. We'll see what Aberdeen does here on 3rd down. 3rd and manageable, but down 30 with 11 to play. Got to get something going offensively, and we'll see if they can do it right here.
Byram will take the snap, chest high, handoff off the left side. Looking for space is Apple. Cuts it back between a couple blockers and gets right to the line to gain. Near side official has him a yard short, and the far side agrees with him. So it'll be just a yard short, 4th and 1. And shout out to an old friend of ours from college. What do you do, dude?
I think you got to go for it here, obviously. It's one of those situations, first game of the season. If you punt it here, it's over. If you don't get it, it's over. I think you got to go for it here. I think you just line right up the middle and go to Apple, who's having a pretty decent day once again. He's got 53 yards rushing. He's good back. I think you give it to him right here again and try to get the first.
4th and 1. Byram in the shotgun, Apple on his left. They will give it to Apple, trying to find space off the right side, patiently running. Great containment here for Yankton, and they will stop him at the line of scrimmage. It's a turnover on downs. Yankton able to stand tall on 4th and 1.
Yeah, credit to the Yankton defense. I was surprised that Aberdeen tried to go outside on that. They tried to bounce it out, and once again, every time Apple kept trying to shift right and find another level, there was another red helmet in the way, and that play just kind of stalled out. Credit to the Yankton defense to be able to fly the football from all 3 levels and get a stop there. This defense has had a great day and another big stop right there.
Aberdeen Central, if they want to come back in this game, they got to force a change of possession quickly, and you can't give up a touchdown. That would be a 35-plus point lead for Yankton. It would start a running clock, and it's really hard to come back after that.
And so we'll see here is now I think we're going to get a timeout.
Timeout taken by Yankton. It's courtesy of Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Be the wiser. Go with Kaiser. That's Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. We're back in 30 seconds. Yankton leads Aberdeen 41-11 in the 4th quarter.
Need custom clothing for your team, fundraiser, business, or event? Let JJ Benji's make it easy. Forget about taking orders, collecting money, and handing out shirts yourself. JJ Benji's handles everything for you. They create a custom online store with the merchandise you want to offer. Items are ordered and paid for online, and JJ Benji's ships the items directly to them. All you have to do is share the link or QR code. That's it. Contact JJ Benji's in Yankton to learn more about it.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Yankton leads big here in the 4th quarter. It's 41-11. Yankton up 30. And after that turnover on downs, it's great starting field position for Jackson Kudera and the Yankton offense. Kudera just connected with Jax Gowsey earlier, or on the last drive on a big play pass up the middle. So we'll see if they can do something similar here. Big moment for both teams. Belt high snap. It's a handoff up the gut. New running back carrying this one, number 21. Got to check that sheet for the first time. That's Emmett Hirschman. And Hirschman was a guy I was waiting to see out there on the field because Brady Muth eloquently referred to him as a little ball of hate with the way he runs the football.
Love that. A nice little run there. Start the drive. There is a penalty flag down. Looks like this is going to go against Aberdeen, adding 5 yards at the end of the play. Looks like kind of a minor face mask penalty there.
So that's still first down, but shouldn't it transition to second down after?
Well, I think they're just going to say, so 5 yards or so from the penalty spot, and just have it set at about 1st and 2 here.
First ever 1st and 2 that I've called. Kudera in the shotgun, split backfield on either side of him. Hirschman on his right. Can't quite see who was on his left. Now I can. That's Carter Saylor. And Kudera is going to flip it out to Saylor on the swing pass, and Saylor is lit up. That is a hard hit from number 22 there for Aberdeen Central. Jade Sumner, the senior, read that well and lit up the receiver.
Yeah, and that's one of those. Yankton just took a little bit too long to set that up. Got to be a little more decisive on that. And flying from the secondary, just laying a hard hit on that one, that can happen sometimes. So Yeah, just got to be a little bit more decisive and get that one out a little bit faster.
I forgot to do it earlier on, Josh, but I wanted to do it on the kickoff when we were talking about the kick coverage and Nathan Bowman with a big hit he laid in there, flying in late. That is your hit of the game, courtesy of Meade Lumber. Bringing the lumber was Nathan Bowman on that one. Forgot to mention that earlier on, got caught up in the moment. Here's Kudera trying to make a moment happen. Rolls out left, fires downfield, too short for the receiver. Closest man on that one for Yankton was number 1, Will Sager.
Yeah, and I know you're working with a first and second and short here, Brayden, but I think up 30, I understand you want to develop the passing game, but I think this is a spot you just need to be running the football here, try to get a couple yards. And Yankton's gone with back-to-back passes, both incomplete. Now we'll see if they choose to run the ball here on third or go back to the pass.
Saylor on the left of the quarterback, Hirschman on the right. Quarterback is still Kudera. He'll take the snap, handoff. Emmett Hirschman up the middle. He's got the first down and more, rumbling down to the 18-yard line. But check that, 23-yard line. Wrong side of the 20 in my eyesight. 23-yard line, 1st and 10 for Yankton.
Like you said, a little angry ball. He ran through, hit the hole hard on that one. Hirschman, a nice gain of about 9 on that play, and just keep moving the ball for Yankton.
1st and 10 for the Bucs.
Still remember last week, I don't know what the look on my face was, but I know that Brady Muth smirked when he said that out loud and looked at me. Just calling Hirschman a ball of hate is it's a good one, and he runs like that here early on. As we're going to get a timeout taken on the field, timeout taken by Yankton, and that should be all their timeouts taken. There's the third timeout of the second half. 8:50 to go. Yankton leads 41-11. Timeout from Kaiser Heating and Cooling. We're back in 30 seconds on KYNT and KYN-TV.
At Mount Marty University, students get real support and real opportunities.
Hi, I'm Maya, and I'm a business major at Mount Marty University. The professors here at Mount Marty are just amazing. They're very good about supporting me through future internships and jobs that they try and line me up with, and they also provide real life experiences in the classroom through projects and speakers and things like that.
Start your journey online at mountmarty.edu.
Welcome back. Coming out of your timeout from Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Be the wiser and go with Kaiser. 8:50 to play here in the fourth quarter. Yankton leads by 30, and they're knocking on the door of your Midwest Insurance Agency red zone. Pistol formation here. Kudera with Hirschman, the deep back behind him. It will be another handoff to Emmett Hirschman. Up the gut. Drives inside between the tackles. He is brought down this early, Josh.
Yeah, nice run once again there. You wanted the 18, you got the 18 there. Nice run by Hirschman.
Gain of 5 makes it 2nd and 5 for Yankton here. Tackle on that play was number 14, Micah Bruns, and good to see him back out on the field. Did pick up a bit of an injury earlier on. First time we've called his name since picked up that knock near the end of the third. Just over 8 to play in the fourth. Kudera in the pistol again. Hirschman, the deep back. One man goes in motion. That looks like Saylor. And it's going to be another handoff up the gut to Emmett Hirschman. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Hirschman plows forward, gets about 5 on the play again, and they're going to move the chains for another first down for Emmett Hirschman.
Yeah, he's come out strong here. 3 carries, 19 yards, just identifying a hole and hitting it. Sometimes football can be that simple. Running it well here and picking up a first down.
And we know head coach Brady Muth said it's going to be running back by committee this year. This is Emmett Hirschman's audition tape to move up in that committee pecking order.
Right, a mix of him and Carson Crawl, and then, you throw LaCroix who can run the ball. McQuaid, they'll mix in there a little bit too, and kind of a full room there, a crowded room for the Bucs this year.
Bucs are operating from the Midwest Insurance Agency red zone. 2 players go in motion. Low snap, and then a miscommunication there. Kudera is just going to take off. He's trying to make some magic happen. Gets down at the 10-yard line. Gain of about 2 or 3, but that was a set of risky business.
Yeah, credit to Kudera on that one. Like you said, just a miscommunication between him and Hirschman, and Kudera was still able to roll out there, and based on where they set the line of scrimmage was at, that's a 3 or 4 yard gain there for Kudera. And I think they're set about 2nd and 7, so Still, though, turn kind of, you know what they say about turn something into chicken salad, so.
How many times can we turn things into chicken salad today? Pistol formation. Because we had Drossman on the opening kick. Obviously that there, the punt. Here's a handoff to Hirschman. Not a lot of running room here, but able to get away. He is bear hugged by a teammate. And I think that's going to be, I think that's a penalty. You can't drag your player forward.
And I think there is a flag down for that exact reason. So
we'll take a look at that again. We'll hear from the officials, but I didn't see who that was on the offensive line. Just kind of bear hugged Hirschman and picked him up and carried him along with him for a minute there. The officials are conferring.
I did not know that was the symbol for assisting the runner. I learned something new today. How about that?
It'll be a 5-yard penalty and replay second down. And yes, that is new ref signal unlocked. We'll be using that one.
Just bringing your arms forward in an outward motion.
Well, that's what Ben Bowman did on that play. Wrapped up Hirschman and dragged him forward for about 2 yards. Ends up costing Yankton 5, though, as it's 2nd and 12 now.
And for our radio listeners, it's basically the same as like when you're motioning for the sideline to get back, kind of. The arms out wide, almost in a T, moving them forward. So something to note moving forward.
Handoff again for Emmett Hirschman. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage before he is driven down by a trio of Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. Actually give him a 3-yard gain on that one. Brings up 3rd and 9.
And now we'll see Yankton 3rd and 9 here. How aggressive they want to be. Obviously up 30 here with just 6 minutes to play. Do you want to see what you can lock the passing game, or are you pretty content not risking anything? We'll see how Yankton plays it here, but with that, they are going to have 4 receivers, 2 on the bottom of the screen, 2 on the top, so we'll see what they call here.
Check that on that last run. It was a gain of 4 for Hirschman. They're giving him 3rd and 8 for the Bucks. One receiver goes in motion. Kudera under pressure, steps up in the pocket, still keeping his eyes downfield, lofts it up back into the end zone. It's picked off by Aberdeen Central. 3rd interception of the game for Jackson Kudera. This time intercepted by Bennett Eisenbeis, the senior. And we've talked about it throughout the game, but just a bit of an up and down day for Kudera. You have those 3 touchdowns, there's a lot you like, and then you have those 3 interceptions. And that's something you don't like as much if you're the head coach.
Yeah, just kind of an errant throw there, Brayden. I see what he saw in the back of the end zone there, and he tried to put it over but didn't put enough on it. If you're going to throw that, once again, in some of these tight windows, you got to put some zip on it. Kudera just kind of didn't put enough on that one. It resulted in an interception.
First and 10 now for Aberdeen Central here as they still trail by 30. Under 6 minutes to play in this 4th quarter. Flag flies off the handoff. They let the play go. So we'll see what the flag is all about. Gain of 1, if anything, and then we'll see what the officials have to say.
And once again, in those types of situations, it's probably some kind of illegal formation. Might also maybe be somebody lined up offsides. We'll see what they call. And I think they're going to get a legal formation here on the Golden Eagles as they're kind of walking backwards.
Multiple procedural penalties today before the play for Aberdeen Central. And it is illegal formation for having 5 men in the backfield. Makes it 1st and 15 for Aberdeen Central after the 5-yard penalty.
That's kind of been the theme, right? I know they haven't been able to get much going offensively, but when they have, there's been a lot of pre-snap penalties, particularly on 1st down. They've set them behind the 8 ball and almost on a lot of drives here.
Quick pass off the left side, in and out of the hands of the intended target there, and that was Meanie Poe. He was trying to maybe run before he brought the ball in there, Josh, just off his fingertips. He was upset with himself. You could see it. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 15.
And that is an early candidate for football name of the year, by the way. Meanie Poe. I am a fan. Fan for life right here.
I just don't know what to say to that.
There's nothing to say.
2nd and 15 for Aberdeen. Byram's going to take the snap, knee high, play action, fires over the middle, brought in, breaks off the first tackle, and then brought down by a pair of defenders. That's number 80 there on the catch, Michael Whiff, the sophomore wide receiver. Whip gets the first down, so 1st and 10, Aberdeen Central here as they move the chains. We are under 4:50 to play now. 4:48 and counting in this fourth quarter. And the writing's on the wall for who's going to come out with the win in this one, Josh. But still, you want to try to execute your offenses. Here's a low snap, loose ball. A lot of players running after it. Byram will dive back on top of it. Zane Portillo applying pressure for Yankton, but a big loss there. It's going to be second and a mile.
Yeah, and with that wild snap and falling, I think that'll actually technically go down as a sack for Portillo on that one. So Yankton's third sack of the night, and obviously a critical error there for Aberdeen. You start to get some going, you have the big play, and just like that, you lose about 12 yards on that play, setting you back once again here.
And this is no longer Byram out there at quarterback. It's the backup quarterback in Jackson Berry, and he is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Another, I don't know if that was a sack because it looked like he was taken off to run, but there was a pass option on the play.
It's a sack. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a sack.
Because I didn't know if it was RPOs where it's a design quarterback run. How do you really view it? Because there is a pass option on the play.
Yeah, if you're standing in the pocket like that even for a little bit, that's a sack. At least
There
in
you
my
go.
book, it's a sack.
Well, you're the one keeping the stats.
I am keeping track of sacks. 4 sacks for Yankton today. Riken with 1, Crawl with 1, and Portillo now with 2 on back-to-back plays. That one was close. I thought maybe do a face mask there. No call. Hard to see where the grab was. That was close, but
Short gain.
Yeah.
Short gain on the play gets to the 19. The line to gain is the 42. Josh, you've been the math guy today, but I'll say it's 23 yards. It's okay.
Yeah, well, I was going to say I didn't. Yeah, 23. We're going with 23. Wait, hold on.
Check the wind direction.
Yep. It depends. It's kind of like at the 19 and a half, so I think it's technically like 22, 23, but yeah, somewhere in there. It depends on if you're a glass half full, glass empty type of person. Well, either way, we're moving back after some kind of.
Oh, I think his knee was down as he received the ball.
Oh, wow.
So that's going to bring up first and goal for Yankton from about the 3-yard line. Just a mistake there. And there's been just a lot of misplays today for Aberdeen Central. There's a few positives you got to look at to build on that they've been able to do today. But the procedural penalties and a big mistake there have really just bit them.
Yeah, and special teams as well, Brayden. Another thing where even though Yankton technically didn't really do anything there, it's a special teams play that is big for Yankton, is that's setting them up inside the 3-yard line here, 3 maybe 4-yard line, and looking for a chance. I know there's not much clock left, but if you can put a touchdown on the board, that'll activate the running clock here for the last couple minutes too.
It looks like we're going to see Henry Delforge, the freshman quarterback, just come in to see this out. 30-point lead for Yankton with under 3 to play. We've seen, rotational players kind of sub in and out throughout, and it does look like a majority of the players have rotated out. I don't see Conway anymore at left tackle. I don't see Jake Boelter anymore at right tackle. Out there at right tackle is Colton Cameron now. Out at left tackle is number 55, Triker Myers. I think the only offensive starter out on the field right now might be the center, Ben Bowman. Delforge, his first snap, and it's a handoff to Emmett Hirschman off the left side. Get in the end zone for Emmett Hirschman. Touchdown for Yankton, the first for Emmett Hirschman on the 2026 season. Yankton now leads in this one, 47-11, pending the extra point.
And look, a good night for Yankton, able to capitalize on some special teams plays, some defensive plays as well, and Hirschman getting his first touchdown at the varsity level. Credit to him. He's come in and played a nice fourth quarter, puts another on the board, and once again, effectively, even though it was basically over, putting this one to bed with that touchdown.
J.L. Trujillo on to kick the extra point. Looks like Carter Saylor to hold, the sophomore. Trujillo's been the primary kicker in the second half so far. I wonder if that's by design between him and Knuckles. And Trujillo's kick is up and good. So 48-11, Yankton now leads here on the opening night of the 2026 football season. We're back in 1 minute on KYNT and KYN TV.
If you see a mouse or rodent outside your home, you should be wondering, where is it headed next? Because as temperatures start to cool, rodents are looking for food, shelter, and a warm place to spend the coming months. Don't wait until you hear scratching in the walls or find evidence they've already moved in. Call Olson's Pest Technicians today for professional rodent control and pest prevention. Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Visit 800KILbugs.com.
If you've been suffering from chronic pain or a recent injury,
Check us out, Lane, Reed, and Cole Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of treatments and techniques, including dry needling, cupping, chiropractic adjustments, and sports rehabilitation.
Our mission is to ensure an individualized and efficient treatment plan to get you back on your feet.
From ankle sprains and sports injuries to neck pain and headaches, we've got your back.
Give us a call or book an appointment on our website. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy.
Located on Summit Street across from the high school.
Welcome back here on KYNC and KYN-TV. We were talking during the break there, Josh. We'll go over the full out-of-town scoreboard in the post game, but 35-32 final between T and Huron. What a barn burner there to open the AA season.
Yeah, fun game. Lone ranked matchup of tonight, and T area obviously getting a big win at home, and you expect both those teams to be a factor in postseason play coming up later this season. But yeah, an incredible game to start there. Once again over at T area, and we'll update you on the other AA scores. I know Pierre plays tomorrow night at home, so we'll see what they do tomorrow night and how they look. Yankton obviously getting ready to look forward to that matchup here. Once again playing 5th-ranked Sturgis tomorrow, so that's a top 5 matchup. But Yankton looking forward to that Pierre game next week, the home opener for that, and should be a good one.
Delay a game on a kickoff. I haven't seen that in a while, Josh. So they're going to march Yankton back 5 yards to kick this thing off. Just a little slow getting things together. JL Trujillo marching off his steps. And Trujillo boots it away. Kick received, bobbled at about the 24, and returner just hops on top of it. Bring up 1st and 10 for Aberdeen Central here. And with a running clock in effect, Josh, this looks like it'll be about a 48-11 final score, depending on what Aberdeen decides to come out and do on offense.
Yeah, and look, you look at it here on the Yankton side. Was it perfect? No, but you come out on a long road trip, first game of the season, you get a win. Defense made plays, 2 pick-6s, special teams. I mean, Miles Drotzman, my goodness. Offense had its moments, too, putting up some touchdowns on the board, obviously, here. And overall, I mean, you'll walk with the victory, knowing there's some stuff you got to clean up with a good opponent coming to town next week. But, an overall positive start here, getting a win.
Handoff up the gut, not a lot of running room. Couple bucks getting in there on the tackle. I see 35 and 42 for Yankton. Number 35, that's Desmond Hardrick, the junior linebacker. And 42 is Brayden Bronsroth, the sophomore linebacker. So there was the more rotational players in for both teams here. Getting younger guys a look as we're winding down the time here in the 4th quarter, under 90 seconds to play now, as Yankton looks like they're going to come out with a 37-point victory in their season opener. Snap taken by Barry. Not a lot of running room. Bronsroth's that's Hardrick in there again. And in there with him was Landon Bottleson, 5'10", sophomore, listed as a linebacker.
Yeah, just clean it up there. And that was kind of an interesting play. You see the quarterback kind of make a spin there to kind of distract, making it look like a little bit of a different kind of a draw play. And like you said, Yankton's defense just not buying it.
Yankton student section that made the trip, they're happy. They're supporting their team. You always love that when kids are able to make trips a long way. It helps playing on a Friday night when there's no school in the morning.
Yeah, get used to that. They still got some long trips this year going to Sturgis and Spearfish, but knocking one out early here tonight, making the trip up here to Aberdeen, and once again coming away with a victory.
That was Lawson Stewart, number 29 on the carry there off the left side.
Number 57 with the tackle, Colden Cameron.
Colden Cameron on the tackle. Gain of about 1 brings up 4th and 9, and Josh, I think that's just going to wrap us up here. Aberdeen Central will let the clock run out. Yankton victorious in their 2026 season opener, 48-11, your final score here on KYNT and KYN TV. There's the final whistle. That'll do it from Aberdeen Central High School. Fantastic performance from Yankton here. Josh, is there are a few things they're going to want to clean up, obviously. It's never perfect in week number 1, but Special teams and defense really dominant today. And the offense, when you take away a couple mistakes, scored quite a bit of points as well. They had 3 touchdowns.
And once again, though, that's just why this game is 3 phases, right? Offense, defense, special teams. You felt the special teams impact today. A couple big returns, including a touchdown from Miles Drotzman. Things like that really worked Yankton's way. And then, of course, the 2 pick sixes, 4 sacks on the night as well on the defensive side. And then, like you said, some moments where the offense flashed at times. So overall, not a perfect performance for the Bucs, but hey, it's week 1. You got a lot of time to grow. At the end of the day, you walked out of here on a long road trip with a victory, and you're 1-0 heading into your house next week for the home opener against Pierre.
Yankton wins 48-11 here on KYNT and KYN-TV. We're going to go to break, come back in 3 minutes. We'll have your post-game report courtesy of Mason Schramm and the Move Group. That's coming up in 3 minutes here on KYNT, KYN-TV.
At H&H Roofing, we don't just fix roofs, we protect families. We're family-owned, locally operated, and dedicated to keeping our community safe and dry. Every nail, every shingle, every handshake, it all matters to us. From repairs to full roof replacements, we treat every home like it's our own. Because when your home is secure, we feel secure. For honest work and dependable results, trust the local team that cares. Call H&H Roofing in Yankton today. We've got you covered.
Did you know SureCo offers more than just egg tarps? SureCo now extends our leading tarp systems, industry know-how, and top-level service to construction, flatbed, and waste applications. SureCo offers manual and electric tarp systems for not only grain trailers and carts, but also side dumps, end dumps, belly dumps, roll-offs, flatbeds, and more. To learn more, contact your authorized SureCo distributor or find us at sureco.com. Demand the best. Demand SureCo.
Feeling drained isn't always about sleep or motivation. This is Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. When your body is stiff, tense, or moving poorly, everyday tasks can take more effort than they should. When spinal joints aren't moving well, other areas often compensate. Regular chiropractic care helps improve mobility and reduce tension patterns that keep your body on high alert. Start feeling better with a call to First Chiropractic Centers with offices in Yankton, Hardington, Tyndall, and Wagner, inspiring and empowering others to healthier living.
The Yankton School District Alumni Association is bringing alumni together from right here at home to across the country and around the world. Their mission? To build a strong community of alumni and friends who give back, supporting scholarships and creating opportunities for future Yankton students. Stay connected, celebrate your roots, and help shape the next generation. Because together, we can make a lasting impact on Yankton schools and students. For alumni registration or to make a donation, visit our page on the YSD website.
Change can be exciting, especially when the people you trust are still taking care of you. Larry's Heating and Cooling is now Larry's Plumbing Heating and Cooling, but you'll still see the same familiar faces, receive the same dependable service, and count on the same experienced team that's been serving families in the Yankton area for years. And the good news? Well, we've added plumbing. Our skilled plumbers are ready to help with scheduled appointment times, not just a time window. Larry's Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Yankton, Vermilion, and the surrounding area.
It's 4th down, and District 18 needs a leader who knows how to move the ball forward.
I'm John Marquardt. I'm currently the chair of the Yankton County Commission. I'm a conservative, an experienced ag businessman, and ready to take the field for District 18 in the South Dakota House of Representatives. When the game is on the line, you want someone who can deliver touchdowns for District 18. Just give me the ball.
Vote John Marquardt for District 18 State Representative. Paid for by Friends of John Marquardt.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. First game issue, we'll say, Josh. I realize I forgot to download the graphic for your post-game coach interview, so I do apologize for that. I'll give multiple shout-outs to them. That is Farmers Union Insurance, your post-game coach interview sponsor. For all your home, farm, commercial, auto, health, and life insurance needs, rely on Farmers Union Insurance. Visit Brendan Hansen and Brandon Tycro at Suite 101B, Morgan Square in Yankton, or go to FUMIC.com. We bring in the new special teams coordinator, and there's a lot of positive to talk about on the special teams side of things today. Alex Topol and Coach Topol, a lot of things that you can build on for the future and a lot of things to take away that you're really happy for today, a 48-11 win. What are your initial thoughts after coming out of the booth next to us?
Well, it was really exciting, in the first play, almost scoring a touchdown. Drotz's conditioning is questionable there, so we'll visit that this week with our conditioning. But, I inherited, Cadillac from Coach Hale. What he left was nothing short of amazing. And when you have people like Tegan LaCroix and Miles Drotzen back there, it makes coaching easy. When they're not kicking to Tegan, I guess, you're choosing your poison at that time, and they chose the wrong poison a couple times tonight with Drotz.
It's like, which side of the plate do you want to get hit in the head with a baseball bat with? Basically,
that's exactly it. Yes,
is those guys back there. It's you're the lesser of two evils, and both of them are somehow worse. But looking at offense today, up and down day for for first year varsity quarterback, junior quarterback Jackson Kudera. Had 3 touchdowns, showed the flashes that you want to see, but also a couple interceptions in there as well that I know the coaches want to clean up.
Yeah, Jackson, I've been with him since 7th grade, and, just the maturity that he's shown from, even as a 13-year-old to now, he's waited for this, and the thing of it is he's still a young kid who is learning the ropes. In practice, looking sharp. He's looked sharp out here. And one thing is just taking a little bit slower and, knowing, being a freshman playing on the varsity basketball team, the role that he has, just, slowing things down for him a bit, I think will help immensely. But, we saw a lot of flash from him that we're extremely excited for going forward. And, it's a long season, and I know that he's only going to get better as he's consistently shown every year that we've worked with him.
I know on a couple of those interceptions, Josh and I talked, we could see what he was trying to do, just the execution wasn't entirely there yet. And that's one of the things where you're getting used to the speed at the varsity level as well for a younger guy.
Yep, that's exactly it. And, his eyesight, it's going to get better. And, just what he showed tonight there from the first play, just pure election. Even his running, too, that's something that we never account for. The fire punt show there that he took off, he's an athlete, and he's going to find a way.
2 questions for you on my end, Coach. One on defense and then another kind of a broader question here. But on defense, making plays, 4 sacks as a team, two touchdowns, of course, the one at the end of the half with Reichen. But, of course, the thick 6, as we called it on the broadcast with Austin Conway. A really good night defensively as well.
Oh, yeah, that spin move should be studied for ages. That was beautiful. But, the same thing, we have such a young group. We've had to fill so many holes there, and it's one of those things that the guys that we have just been nothing short of incredible. Reichen, whether it's offense or defense, always finds a hole, and Conway is just a player. And the tips that we had too. But getting those young guys on there like Portillo, he made some incredible plays. And, what I'll tell you too, like Coach Olson, that 11 points up there he won't be happy about, but there's still a lot to build on. And, again, just a young group that's going to continue to learn, develop, and do incredible things this year and, in the future as well.
Yeah, excited to watch this team grow throughout the season. But, Coach, kind of that broader question. You guys have the long road trip, first game of the season. Just talk about being able to come up here, get a win, start 1-0, and then now looking forward next week in a big game against Pierre.
Yeah, so this year we traveled about 2,000 miles. Not that I counted or had ChatGPT or anything for us there, but we're the road warriors, as you want to call it that. We got 2 West River trips, and it's nice. Aberdeen. I'm beyond thankful that we're playing in Aberdeen in August as compared to October. It is unforgiving, the weather up here, and we had a little bit of rain as well. So ultimately, just being able to get up here early with the guys and set the tone that we did is something that, is going to build that going forward, even if we're adding 2 or, however many hours it is West River, or whether it's going to be our final game in T. It's just something that no matter where we are, we're going to show up with our best game and, play as best we can.
Coach, thanks for taking time to talk to us today. Congrats on a big win, starting 1-0, and we turn our attention next week to a championship rematch with the Pierre Governors.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, thank you guys, and safe travels.
Yeah, same here.
That was Special Teams Coordinator Alex Topol here on KYNT and KYN-TV, your post-game coach interview from Farmers Union Insurance. We're going to take a quick break, come back in 2 minutes, and have your post-game report in its totality here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Back in 2 minutes.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, they believe you should understand your dental health, not just receive it. They'll show you your x-rays and photos, explain the why behind any treatment, and make sure you feel confident about your care. And if you have dental insurance, it's a good time to use it. New patient exams and x-rays are often covered at 100%. Learn more at elwoodfamilydentalcare.com, where they take care of the entire family.
Does your insurance agent know you by name? Do you see them at the school pickup or around town? Home and auto insurance is more than just premiums and deductibles. It's about having someone who truly understands you and your family. We take the time to get to know your life, your needs, and what matters most, so you have the right coverage when it counts. Call me, Skylar Sherman with Missouri River Associates in Yankton today for insurance you can trust from someone who's truly local.
The housing market is constantly changing. I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and with 20 years of experience, I'll help you navigate the ever-changing real estate environment. Whether you're thinking about buying or selling, my experience and attention to detail will guide you through the process. Let's find you the right home at the right time. Call me and we'll talk about your home needs. Deb Speck, Vision Real Estate, 605-664-5555.
Here's one bright idea for when the power goes out. One Office Solution now has generators. One Office offers dependable Mighty M generators to keep your home, office, farm, or plant powered when you need it most. Choose from residential, commercial, and industrial generators from 2,000 to 14,000 watts. Keep your lights on, your equipment running, and your business open with a reliable Mighty M generator from One Office Solution. One Office Solution located next to Pizza Ranch on Broadway in Yankton.
Welcome back here on KYNC and KYN TV. We're going to start things off with your post-game stat recap, courtesy of Mayor Signs. If it's time to review the look of your business's signage, let Mayor Signs help. They offer all types of signs, including lit, non-lit, digital, and much more. Contact Mayor Signs today on 4th and Broadway in Yankton. We'll start with Aberdeen Central and their final stats in this one. And we'll just start with kind of the team stats, Josh. I know you got the stat sheet up in front of you, but just total yards, passing yards, things like that, team stats for them.
Yeah, for Aberdeen, 117 yards passing tonight, 86 yards rushing for the Golden Eagles. Byram, the quarterback, once again, 117 yards passing. He had a touchdown and 2 picks. But, yeah, and then once again, those 86 rushing yards for Aberdeen as well.
And then looking across the way for Yankton, the Bucks at the end, a big win for them, 48-11. But they did it defensively, special teams, and offensively today.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, looking at here, 142 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 3 picks for Kudera, some up and down there at quarterback, but a lot to like. Running the football, 89 yards rushing as a team for Yankton. Emmett Hirschman had the lone rushing touchdown of the night, and then receiving once again, Tegan LaCroix led the way with 5 catches. He had 37 yards. Leading receiver, though, was Jax Gaussy. He had a 49-yard touchdown reception as well. Also scoring through the air, Carson Crawl had a touchdown as well on that end. But once again, 142 yards passing for Yankton, 89 yards rushing.
Looking at your players of the game now, we'll start on the offensive side of the ball. It's courtesy of Hy-Vee, with a helpful smile in every aisle. Jackson Kudera, I know it was an up-and-down day for him, but 3 passing touchdowns, 142 yards passing. He did earn his stripes a little bit in the out there in his first start at the varsity level.
Yeah, like you said, up and down, some highs and lows, but overall you throw 3 touchdowns in your varsity debut, it could be a lot worse. Did enough to keep Yankton kind of in control of things offensively. Obviously, you want to limit those turnovers moving forward, but overall, not a bad game for him.
Taking a look at the defensive side of the ball, Jackson Reichen was just stellar today, and it started from play number 1, Josh, right out of the gate on defense, just a forced fumble on a strip sack, and Yankton able to recover it, and it was all downhill from there.
Yeah, sack fumble set the tone right away defensively for Yankton. Then at the end of the half, that big pick 6 where he kind of turned on the Jets and showed his ability as an athlete here. And overall, I mean, you look at this Yankton defense, 2 interceptions, pick 6s, by the way, Austin Conway, the big man with a pick 6 earlier in this game as well, and then 4 sacks, Portillo with 2, Crawl with 1, and then Reichen with the sack fumble to start the game. But yeah, I mean, Jackson Reichen, my goodness, what a game for him.
And your hustler of the game, courtesy of H&H Roofing. H&H Roofing has got you covered. Pseudo special teams player of the game today, as Miles Drossman was all over the place. I know Topol very facetiously talking about the conditioning, getting caught about the 9-yard line on that opening kickoff. They'll work on that, but made up for it. 97-yard kick return to the house on his next opportunity. He was just incredible today. He was all over the place.
Yeah, got to run wind sprints on Monday. Can't be getting caught there. But no, seriously, he had a great game. Really set the tone special teams wise. I mean, anytime you can take the opening kickoff on the road, week 1, vibes are high for the home team, and you're able to take it down to the 10. That's impressive there. And then doing it again right after, I believe that was right when, looking at it here, Aberdeen put their first points on the board, made it 14-3, and Drotzman kind of shut things down right from there. He was able to take one to the house after that, and also played a good game in the secondary as well, I thought, too. So, yeah, good game for Miles Drotzman and your hustler of the game.
We're going to take a look now at your highlights, your post-game highlights, all on your Vision Care Associates replay camera. It starts off in the first quarter. First play on offense for Jackson Kudera as the new starting quarterback. Steps up in the pocket, finds his man in the end zone. There's Jackson Reich, and he had a decent day on offense as well. He was an all-around great player. 7-0 Yankton leads early in the first quarter. Swing route out of the backfield, more of a wheel route to Carson Crawl. He gets into the end zone for 6. Now it's 14-3 right after the first field goal of the game for Aberdeen, and this is the kick return you were talking about, Josh. We've been talking about Miles Drotzman down the right sideline, just gets away from everybody. Has some great blocks on this return as well for Yankton. At this point, that put him up 21-3. Later on, now at 21-3, this is going to be a pick 6 right at the end of the half. It's Jackson Reichen. He's guarded 2 guys out there on the near edge, but able to jump in front of the route, cut it back inside at about the 35, and he's off to the races. 27-3 your halftime score after a missed extra point. Coming now into the second half of play, and it's another pick 6, the thick 6. We're going to get that one on social media. That's your move of the game as well, courtesy of Mason Schramm and the Move Group. Austin Conway, the big boy, getting in the end zone for a touchdown. 34-11, Yankton leads. It's a long bomb down the middle. Jax Gaussy, the freshman, hauls it in, and off air, I don't think he'll be ashamed to say, here we're saying this. We'll talk about that in a moment. As the last touchdown was a handoff to Emmett Hirschman for 6, gives us our final score. Yankton 48, Aberdeen 11. But I don't think Coach Topol will be embarrassed that he said it before we came back live and not when we did come back live, Josh, is expect to hear that name a lot the next couple years in Jax Gaussy. He has really impressed the Yankton coaches.
Yeah, it has some good size, some good speed, and like Coach Topol was saying to us, a really good route runner as well. Came in there, took advantage of his look, and was able to score a big touchdown in this game in the fourth quarter. So credit to him, a big play there.
Schedule preview courtesy of Parker Hannafin of Yankton. All benefits begin day 1. Learn more at parker.com. Parker, engineering your success. Pier next week is the next game on the docket for Yankton, a rematch of the state championship from just a few months, or just not even a full year ago, just last November, Should be a good one next week in Yankton. It'll also be the home opener for the Bucks. Final thing here, your out-of-town scoreboard from Top Notch Window Cleaners. Window cleaning for commercial or residential. Let Top Notch Window Cleaning brighten your days. Josh, we talked about a big score in Class AA, a fun game, 35-33. T gets Huron, but what else is going on around 11 AA?
Yeah, Douglas is up 36-22 on Custer with 7 minutes left in the fourth. Mitchell with a big win to start the season. They beat Brookings 28-13. Watertown in a close one over Spearfish 26-20. As for Pier and Sturgis, they'll play tomorrow. Let's keep an eye on that one Saturday at 5 o'clock. Looking at AAA, we talked about the Omaha Sioux Falls series, a close game there. Brandon Valley beats Bellevue West 10-7 in that one. So a lot of close games, a lot of fun games. 1 week down, obviously, with Pier still play tomorrow, but we're right back into things, and the Bucks are 1-0.
And we got to get on the road. We got to get back home. We got a coach's show to run tomorrow morning. You got to go to Crofton for the car show. Yeah. There's a lot of things going on tomorrow back home. So we're going to fly the red eye in the truck back home. We're going to find our way to Yankton. We'll be talking to you tomorrow morning on Huddling with the Herd. Huddling with the Herd is brought to you by Explorers Credit Union. Discover the difference with them at explorerscu.com. Make sure to tune in tomorrow morning for that. And
don't forget Mount Marty football as well.
Mount Marty football after Huddling with the Herd. Tell Tanner, Steve Toom on the call for that one, the season opener. Former Yankton Buck, Rugby Riken, plethora of other Bucks are on the team as well. But he was our Yankton Lancer of the game, so bringing him up again at the starting quarterback spot. That's going to do it for our opening broadcast of the 2026 football season. Josh, this was a lot of fun to be back.
Yeah, it's just good to be back. And, things weren't perfect tonight, but guess what? It's week 1. Like I said, you come on the road in a place that's been tough to play. I mean, you literally heard Coach Moose say in the pregame, he's never had a great experience playing a football game up in Aberdeen. So I think he'll be okay with this one, knowing it's not perfect. But, hey, you got a heck of a test next week. Home opener. It's going to be Yankton. It's going to be Pierre, a rematch from the Dome. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. Next week, 6 o'clock pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. Let's do it.
Thank you, Josh, for joining me as always here on the broadcast. Next week, we will fit a third man into the booth. Former head coach of the Yankton Bucks, Arlen Lickness, will join us on the broadcast. So first time we'll be running a 3-man booth. Should be interesting to see how that works out. I know Coach Lickness is a plethora of knowledge and obviously has plenty of stories to tell as well. So we'll talk to him next week. We'll talk to you next week, and thank you for joining us. This has been a KYNT and KYNTV production of Yankton Bucks football. 48-11, your final score, Yankton wins. Until next week, he's Josh Boelter, I'm Brayden Butler, and we'll talk to you next week on KYNT and KYNTV. Until then, stay safe, be good people. Have a great night, everybody. We'll talk at you.